What is up, everybody? Thank you very much for uh, being here with me today. I am Gravy. Got a real special show as far as I'm concerned today. I got one of my best good friends, one of somebody that I admire and I really look up to. I've known him for quite a minute. And before I introduce him, I just want to say uh, to thank everybody for being here at a sudden show. Usually I don't do morning shows, but I got some time in the morning, and I just wanted to chat it up with you because this is something I think that everybody would need to hear. And my boy is a wonderful man, wonderful family man. He has good football game. He was in the league. He's a Fresno State alum. He's a coach at a high school here in Fresno. He played at Fresno State. He's sixth uh, receiver all yardage, I believe, in receiving yards at Fresno State. He's uh, a really, really, really great person. I'm so glad that I met him when I was a young man. He helps me out, and then he helps out a lot of people here in this area. The pride of Lancaster, pride of Fresno State. He's a bulldog, and I really appreciate you, the nation. I want you guys to give it up for this guy. He's a really, really good friend of mine, and give it up for my boy Brian Roberson. Roby, what's up, bro?
What it do, my guy? How you been, man?
I'm doing great. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
That's what's up. That's what's
Um,
up. You said the pride of Lancaster, but that ain't where I'm from. I'm from Silmar High School, San Fernando Valley. But
okay, okay.
that ain't no big deal, Greg. We go back way too far. It ain't
I
like
thought it
that.
was
You know what I
Lancaster.
mean? Nah, that's where my pops and moms moved up to when they got tired of the hood. Yeah,
Okay, well that's how long I've known you then.
I know. But I gotta rip it up for the homies. That really
Yeah.
know that grew up with me because they give me a lot of love in the Silmar Pacoima area. You know, I
Mhm.
gotta give it up to all the coaches, the little league coaches, the high school. I mean, the little league football Pop Warner coaches. I mean, a lot of guys them poured into me to be the person that I am and the player that I became, and I just got to make sure I give them love for what they did for me and all races and all backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? I'm very thankful for the coaches that believed in me.
Yeah, I know you mean that, brother. I know you mean that, and I know there's a lot. I got my audience. There's a lot of people down south, bro. So I'm sure they're
Yes, sir.
repping that Dodger stuff you got on. And then I know
Yes,
I
sir.
know
Yes,
I know
sir.
your first love. I know your first love is baseball. Yeah, I know
Absolutely.
you're a very good baseball player. So uh,
Yes, sir. But
okay,
football was my doorway, my
yes,
vehicle.
yes. As we get some background off you,
Man,
bro.
coming up to
Silmar High School, okay?
yeah.
Is it
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the
Go ahead.
heard that name before? We're in the valley now, and then the
Yeah, yeah.
competition that from the LA area schools. Yeah, it said these Central Valley schools ain't got no business playing any of them schools down south. So is that
Hey,
still
well, I tell
true
you
or
what.
what? Because you coach in the valley, so
Yeah, man. No disrespect to the Central Valley, man. It's just that it's such a hotbed down south. Um, but Jay Sura came up here to play against Clovis North this year, and Clovis North gave him that butt whooping. So
mhm,
strike that up for the Central Valley. You know what I mean? Put one of those Southern Valley teams. Let them know that hey, we play some hard nosed football up here. Shots out to Clovis North, my boy Vince Brandsetter.
mhm,
Calling plays out there doing his thing. Um,
mhm.
but that's another reason why I coach out here in this valley, man. I'm raising my son. He plays ball out here, and it's a game that you know doesn't matter where you come from, man. As long as you show up and compete, the best man will win.
Yes. Talking just like a coach. Talking just like a coach, my boy. Uh, now, now I know your story as you started getting pursued to go to Fresno State. Yeah, did
Yes, sir.
you actually was going to play a DB, right? You was actually getting recruited to be a corner.
Yes, sir. I was man. Yeah, a lot of schools were recruiting me as an athlete. You know, we don't
Yeah,
know where we want you at. That type of deal. Most of the Pac-10 back then, now with the Pac-12, they wanted me to play more corner than receiver. You know, the Pac-12, they want them 6'1", 6'5", 3,
yeah,
whatever receivers, and I'm only 5'9", so they were like, "Man, we see you as a corner. You can catch the ball. I'm not a receiver that can't catch. You know what I mean? Playing DB, but my heart has always been on the offensive side of the ball, and Fresno State has always been in my family. My cousin Kelly Skipper, running back coach for the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to the Bills.
hmm
Um, you
No,
know,
no,
he's
no,
always.
no shout out for the Bills in this nation, brother. they kicked
But
the
hey, for
they kicked
Kelly,
the Raiders. They gave Raiders a beat down a while back
yeah,
ago.
I know, but I know the Central Valley got love for Kelly Skipper out of Fresno
Yeah,
State,
Skelly Skipper's
and
good. Skelly Skipper's a
yeah,
good man.
so the
Good, good player
Skipper,
too.
and right, Kelly Skipper, Tim Skipper at
Mm,
Fresno State right now, linebacker coach. Shout out to my family. They're my first
mm,
cousins, and without Kelly, paving the way for me, Tim, we wouldn't have probably went here. But
mm.
Fresno State is our family, man, and Fresno State is our home away from home. So when it comes to the Central Valley, Fresno State is close to our heart.
Yeah, yeah. Always though. Bulldog born, bro. Bulldog bred. Gonna be a bulldog to the day we dead. That's what I be
Off
saying on
top,
all the
baby.
shows.
All top, baby. All top, baby.
Hey, before we get into what we had talked about, and I'm gonna elaborate on that the conversation we had and what it was
Yes, sir.
based off of. Okay, I want to say I have this when we have a chat in here, Roby, and I call it the Holler Squad. So I want to say
Okay.
what's up to everybody that's in the this world right now watching my show, and I want to say what's
Okay.
up to Tubby Chili. What's up, man? Dark, good to see you again, partner. Thanks for keeping me up, bro. Nation Nightmare, what's up? Auntie Six, what's going on, bro? Vic Sacramento, what's up? Tubby, what's up? Uh, Redder Mania, what's going on, bro? Thanks for being here with me. Robert Pena, what's going on, bro? Manuel Rodriguez, what's going on? Egotarian 207, what's up, bro? Good to see you here. Couple of people, man. A lot of people watching this show, Rob. So we got to get down to business with it.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. That means you're
Red
doing a good
Twan,
thing,
what's
my
up,
guy.
man? Red Twan, what's up, man? I'm gonna get to talking with Roby a little bit, and maybe if he has time, he's driving right now, and he goes through certain areas where his Wi-Fi might be off and on. But I know one thing though: if you talk ball, Roby's gonna talk to you. So I'm the same way, also. So we can go on forever talking. I used to call this guy up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, ask him about players, and
Real
he used
talk.
to answer my phone. So,
Yes,
Raider
sir. Yes,
Twine,
sir.
thank you for being here. Snoops Hernandez, what's up? Wild Turkey, what's up? And uh, I'll see what's up with the Holler Squad after this. But here we go, Roby.
Yes, sir.
Basis on the conversation that I called you for. I am
Yes, sir.
in a league, a fantasy league that you have.
Right.
And I came up with you for a trade, and you denied me that trade basically. But then we
Right.
started
Right.
talking about football.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
we as Raider fans, because this is a Raider channel, we
I
we
understand.
we we have this notion that and actually it was me, a feeling about me that was saying that Josh Jacobs
I know. I heard
man
you. Go ahead.
is playing the way that he's playing right now because I think that he was stingy about his money, and
Right.
you know he wasn't at camp. He didn't
Yep.
have a, it takes a while. Even though those
Got to.
guys, 5 guys are in front of you still got to
Yep.
work with them during training camp and things like that to get things nice and tight.
Yes, sir.
But
I agree.
yesterday, you basically yelled at me and say I was a dumbass. That wasn't the right thing to say. So elaborate on that, bro. Kind of like the same way you did with the same intensity. Um,
I
what you
got you.
have to say about that, okay? Because
Okay.
Roby played in the league. He knows about contracts. He knows about situations that
Most
the
fans don't
players are
get.
going through. The
Yeah.
fans that
Absolutely.
we think we know, because Roby's. I'm kind of giving you my little source right here to the nation, but and I hope you dig it because I would like to have Roby come back, to talk to people that have questions about it. But
Yes,
if
sir.
elaborate on that again, Roby, just the same way you told me, shut up, dude, listen to what the hell I'm telling you.
I
So,
know.
so
All right.
I let
Well.
start from the beginning with the Josh Jacobs just only.
Okay. Well. You know. Hey, I'm a type of guy. I'm not a person that's gonna be mad if you don't take everything I tell you. Whatever you take, you can keep it. Whatever you throw in the trash is okay with me. The point
Mhm,
is that yeah, I have a little background in this professional league, dealing with these contracts. NFL contracts are paper thin. It's all about the money you can get up front. That contract can be torn
mhm,
up tomorrow. Well, when it comes to Josh Jacobs, man, you got to understand Josh Jacobs played in one of the most competitive football conferences in America, which is the SEC in Alabama.
yes, sir.
Smash mouth
Yes,
football,
sir.
but they also throw the ball. But a
Right.
lot of people don't remember about Josh Jacobs is that he was rotating with Damian Harris. So he didn't get a whole lot of miles on his body, and he was fairly young. So when the Raiders got him, he was 27 years old. I think he was 2021.
21. Yeah.
And 5 year, they gave him a 5 year contract, 4 year contract with a 5th year option. And after the John Gruden situation, nobody really looked at what Josh Jacobs really accomplished. He rushed for no less than 1,200 yards every season. Last year, he was 25 years old. The Raiders didn't pick up his contract because business wise, with analytics saying that the running backs get a whole lot of pounding, they didn't look at that man's age. He was 25 years old with not a lot of tread on his body. So the analytics didn't really fit for what was going on for that man.
Mhm,
However, Josh Jacobs made one mistake that all the other draft picks that the Raiders had through John Gruden and Mayock's draft picks. He made that one poor decision getting pulled over, or I think he bumped into something, right? They had a
yeah.
DUI, suspected DUI, but it got thrown out, right? But it made him look bad. It made him look like he was one of them bonehead draft picks that the Raiders were dealing with. They didn't look at his production. So they didn't pick up his 5th year option, and he went out there and ran and led the league in rushing. For him as a player, because he is a businessman, being a football player, you are a business and a businessman. And he realized, like, hey, look, I just had the best season of my career. I wish for more yards than I've been consistently rushing for. And you guys don't want to give me the comfortability by paying for me. You're going to franchise me. Now, this franchise tag, where you're going to pay the guy the most money he deserves for 1 year to prove can you do it again.
Mhm,
Well, when you do that to a player, that player's best asset is to protect himself because he's a business man.
mhm,
Understand that about a football player, professional football player. They're a business. They got to protect their business. And what is their business? Their body.
yeah.
If I hop out there and play just like Trey Diggs did in practice, tore my ACL or tore his ACL, I'm pretty much done for the season. On a franchise tag, I don't get that money. If you guys remember, when they signed Josh Jacobs, they gave him a bonus. They don't normally
Mm-hmm.
give out bonuses for franchise tags. They gave him some of his money that he was already owed.
Mm-hmm.
So of course he wasn't in training camp. He wasn't building up that callus that you build up, which is getting your body ready to take the pounding. Working with the 5-0 lineman, like you said. So of course he's not going to be at the level that you expect him to be at. But you can see he's rounding into shape.
Yeah.
But of course it's going to be easy for a fan to say, well, I blame Josh Jacobs because he should have came into camp. He's ungrateful. Bullshit. That man is protecting
Thank.
the number one asset, himself.
Yeah.
Because if he gets hurt now, without the security, he's just damaged goods.
Mm-hmm.
And see, a man got to protect himself if the organization is not. So that's what we were talking about. Go ahead.
I agree. I agree with that, Roby, and it kind of changed my ways because I was I was and I'm glad it came from you. I wasn't saying that he's being stingy. He's being he's not like days ago, but all the other things that because I seen what happened to Saquon. Saquon
Yep.
ended up getting hurt. You
Yep.
know,
Rolled his ankle.
and then
Yep.
the other one,
Eckler.
Eckler's
Same thing.
always getting hurt.
Yep.
He's going through it now too, right? Because
Yes, sir.
he's gonna have you go through his contract. But if it's habitual, okay, this was a one time thing. The Josh Jacob wasn't even hurt.
I
It
know.
was just over money. So
Yeah.
that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But
Understandable.
I understand what you mean because the way he gets beat up and what he did in the past, you know, does make up for what he should get paid. And
Absolutely.
we all know that the running back position doesn't get paid as well as it should.
Right.
But I want you to tell me why is the NFL like that? Why does the NFL think that the most
Physical
basically
position.
besides the interior is the most bruising position out there besides that? The running back is
Well,
nowadays.
yes, absolutely. And it's,
Mm,
the cornerstone of football is you run the ball to open up the passing game, right? If you
yes.
can run the football, you got to create an 8-man box. And I don't care what type of scheme you run, a 4-2, a 4-2-5, a 4-3 with two high safeties, a 3-4. I don't care what you run. If you got a running back and a good offensive line, you're going to create an 8-man box.
Hmm.
That means you're going to make that defense play with single high safety, and you're going to run two coverages. Either it's cover 3, which is a zone, or a cover 1. Now, if you got that dog out there, and my boy Devontae Adams, who everybody knows is probably the number 1 rated receiver in the league,
Yes,
one of
sir.
the best route runners, also a Fresno State dog.
I say that all the time too, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if anybody
Mm,
can hold the number 1 record at Fresno State history, that deserves it, I'm gonna give it to Devontae. But
mhm.
he is a Fresno State alum, and we make receivers where I come from. So I'm very proud of his success, and for him to play for his hometown Raider team, he's gonna ball out.
Mhm.
The Raiders traded for Devontae, and Josh Jacobs had the best year of his career because one thing he did have was a receiver out there.
Mhm.
Gave him an 8-man box because he was running that ball like a real dog. So a defense had to pick their poison. Are we gonna take away Devontae? Take away Jacobs. The
Yeah.
running back position, and I say when you want to salt the game away, just like what happened Monday night, where your head coach being a dumbass, he should have ran the ball. Trust those 5 guys up front. Run the ball. Stop trying to dink and dunk
Yeah.
when you got a dog behind you.
No,
And see, some
he's
people don't
starting to
know.
get that. Yeah, he's starting to get that little action when I think it looks like around 12 to 15 carries, Roby. It looks like that's when he starts moving. That's when he starts getting it moving.
Yeah, but
And then
he needs about 15 to 20 carries a game, dog. He's still 6 years old.
yeah.
And he's not built like a Najee Harris. You know what I mean? He's built more like, let's
Mhm.
see, a Raider great. Uh he's a lot thicker like a Napoleon Kaufman, just not that fast. Nip was a
I
fast
think he's
running
like
back,
a
but he was
Charlie
small.
Garner, like maybe like a Charlie Garner type guy, but not as fast either.
Yeah, yeah. But he got hey, Jacobs got breakaway speed. He showed that last year. He got breakaway
One
speed.
run.
So yeah. Well, I mean,
I
hey
wouldn't use him on the perimeter. I wouldn't use him on the perimeter as much as they do right now.
man.
He still would
I feel
it
hey,
still
but
would
he can
be
hey, the thing is the best running backs run between the tackles, big dog.
yeah, yeah. That's the way I
If you can
flow.
run
That's the way
between
I
the
flow.
tackles, right. You gotta run between the tackles, man. So I don't like the way the NFL has, disrespected the running back position. And it's only because of analytics. And I'm gonna say this for some of you guys who may not understand this. The NFL ain't nothing but a copycat league.
Hmm.
If somebody says that doesn't look good, then they're gonna say, yeah, it doesn't look good. That's just the way the NFL is. All of a sudden, a mobile quarterback comes into the league. Everybody wants to get a mobile quarterback. You get Patrick Mahomes out here throwing no look passes. All of a sudden, everybody wants to throw no look passes. Copycat league.
You even got
You
that
know,
stuff going on in high school because they're mimicking these quarterbacks right now, and they're over here. They can't do it no look pass, and they're over here trying to do that shit.
I mean, the Rams. I'll give you another scenario the NFL is about. Tom Brady. Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay, wins a Super Bowl. The Rams the very next year trades for
Stafford,
Matthew
and now look at Detroit.
Stafford. So now people are saying, right, but see, if you win a Super Bowl, it's all worth it. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
because the money that you get from winning the Super Bowl compared to money not winning the Super Bowl.
yeah. Robbie might be going through that pass. Um, he's on his way to a certain spot to drop a load. So, big bear with them real quick. um, it's great what he told me. You know, gave me a different view over
There we go.
Jacobs and his situation. We lost you for a little bit there, Roby. If you can hear me,
We back.
he's stuck right now. But yeah, Roby has a you back there? You
I
back there,
just rode
bro?
through a bad area. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I just rode through a bad area,
Yeah.
man, but I'm good from this point forward.
Okay.
You got me?
Now,
Go ahead.
okay, the Jacobs thing. The Jacob thing was. I'm convinced with
Go
that.
ahead.
You know,
Yeah.
he just once he gets his offensive line some confidence. I've always said that they'll move for him, and then once Jacobs gets confidence, and it's all over with. So that's what I love the running game, and you know we think we don't use it enough, and we should have used it. You elaborated it on McDaniel's made a mistake
Yeah.
with the San Diego game and
Yeah.
probably this game, the Green Bay game Monday night, that we should have ran it instead of trying to throw it. The reason why I was thinking that, bro, was because Jacob's been moving the sticks with this pass catching at the backfield too. So maybe that was the option with it. You know, he was
Very
looking at
underrated
that.
catching the ball out the backfield. He's very underrated catching the ball out the backfield. Very
He got
underrated.
better at it. He got better at it. Because
I think so. Like I said, man. I mean, he went to Alabama. They didn't use a whole lot of running backs out the backfield. To me, he's underrated. He can catch the ball well, dude. I watch him all the time. His hands are always in the right place, catching the ball. He's a natural ball catcher, bro. Natural. They don't use it enough.
you think it was because of Gruden's old ways of the ground and pound, the traps and the end arounds and shit like that. The reason why he didn't get out to the flat to do those type things, probably. That's what
Well,
I think.
I think John Gruden. First of all, let's go with the owner. The owner wanted to rekindle some things that his dad had, some magic with John Gruden, because those are some of the best Raider times when John
Mm-hmm.
Gruden was doing his thing. Um, but John Gruden, you know what I'm saying, some things kind of passed him by. And then how sensitive the world is. I'm not going to get into the sensitivity of the world, but the world is so sensitive with a lot of things that are going on. Some things I'm okay with, some things I'm not. But with that being said, John Gruden, I think, was the right coach, what the Raiders needed. But John Gruden knows how to get the playmakers the ball. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it doesn't look like that. You just never know. You go into a game with a game plan, and then things happen. The team goes in reverse. You don't make certain downs. You can't call certain plays. And then as a fan, you're sitting there like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Some guys, are getting dominated. I mean, the Raiders made poor choices in drafting O linemen. Somebody got to do better in that department. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many old linemen out there. Like they got that one kid out of Alabama that he was garbage. What was that? Jeff Coat, left coat, whatever. He was garbage out of Alabama. He was
Leatherwood.
garbage. Leatherwood. There you
Yeah.
go. Come on, man. It don't take a scientist to recognize that. Hey, man, at Alabama, this ain't Alabama. This is the pros. Everybody's a baller out here. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama sometimes, even Clemson, and that's the thing that Mayock and Gruden got caught up in. They were like, well, Alabama and Clemson, they're always competing for the national championship. They got the best players. Not always true. Fresno State, I done played against a lot of these Alabamas, Texas, Floridas, whatever, dog. Show up any game day, we're going to run your ass.
Yeah. That's where I get it from, people. That's where I get it from. I coached with Roby under Roby. He's the one that gave me most of my game because of it, and I appreciate it. Now, when you said when we would go back, we'll go back in history here. When you we had
Yes,
talked
sir.
about same discussion
Yeah.
about Mayock and his bad
Oh,
decisions,
yeah.
and it probably was Gruden too.
Yeah, well, of
Gruden and
course he
Mayock
signed off on it.
together, Gruden and Mayock together, and what the reason why Mayock make these bad decisions, and the reason why Mayock got handpicked by Gruden to
Yeah.
be a general manager of the Raiders during that time.
Okay, well, everybody should remember Mike Mayock is a former NFL player, and then he became a scout, and then he joined the NFL Network. And as the NFL Network and scout, former you're gonna put a
I think you're going through a bad patch again, Roby. Hang on to that thought. Hang on to that thought. Yeah, Pedro. We know Alabama's a very good team, but sometimes they get beat. You know what I mean? And Roby can vouch that. He went to different bigger schools and went to bigger schools that we think highly of, or people think highly of, and the smaller schools are successful, and most likely they'll get smashed. They would, but hey, sometimes they get those big schools get beat too. But back to the Holler squad. If Roby can hear me, you got to reboot, come back in. They kicked you out. So I hope you guys are enjoying what Roby's saying about the game, about things like that. But Pizzle, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Mecca Breezy, what up? What it do? He's back in. He got Roby back in. He's probably running over a little patch again. But well, we'll discuss this more. If you guys are digging this, man, let me know.
We good?
Yeah, he probably went
There
through
we
a
go.
patch again. So go ahead, man. Elaborate on that. You dropped off on Mayock.
There we
He
go.
was that
Come on,
was
Gray.
it. Nothing else after that. You didn't even say anything about Mayock, but that he was a
Here we go.
scout,
Come on, Gray.
and that's it. That's where you started twisting and turning. Go ahead, and elaborate on that. Let the listeners know about that.
Okay, I didn't hear what you said. Say it again, Gray. My bad.
Oh, uh, let me say, Mister Took Your Soul. What's up, man? Thanks for being here, brother. Dark Raider Prime. What's up, man? How you doing, man? Seen you in a minute. I'm glad you're here with me, though, man. Great game from one of my best friends, Roby. Uh, we got a little bit to talk about until he has to drop his load. He'll let me pause. I shouldn't have said that, but as soon as he has to do his job. So uh,
That's
it's
right.
great having him here. I called him on quick notice. I thought that we made a discussion, and then I thought that people need to hear that stuff. The first thing I told him. So elaborate on that, Roby, please, about when Mayock was a scout, and then
Oh yeah.
what what else you knew about this cat. What made the
Well,
demise of our draft picks that we had.
I kind of alluded to it earlier, talking about Mike Mayock. You know, evaluating all this talent, and they're looking at Clemson and Alabama as the best two teams because they're always in. They're competing in the championships. It was Alabama, then Clemson, and then back to Alabama, and then it was Clemson. But see, the thing, Mike Mayock, he's not just looking at those two best schools. He's looking at a lot of talent. He's been evaluating a lot of talent for about 5 years to a decade. So he got a book on everybody. And so
Mm-hmm.
for a coach like John Gruden, who's been, you know, he does his little football specials. Remember, he was doing Monday night, and then he was,
Mm-hmm.
he'll do his little quarterback specials for every quarterback that was coming out every year. They'll come to his little studio. They got a football field. He'll coach them up a little bit. Got some receivers to throw to. That's what John Gruden was doing. But he'd been away from coaching as far as evaluating talent, how to fix things, how to, change things around. Mike Mayock got a whole book on people from guys who already been drafted and how they panned out, or if they did not pan out. So, what other asset could John Gruden have by getting Mike Mayock into his team? Because he can always pull up a folder from 2008 and say, what did this guy do? 2012, what did this guy do? What was his draft grade? Is he still playing at a high level? You know what I'm saying? And that's how you evaluate when you look at like the sorry corner out of Ohio State. That guy, as a junior, could have came out, and
Mm-hmm.
the coaches told him, "Hey, you need to stay another year because the NFL doesn't believe that you're really that good." So the kid took that advice, stayed, balled out, went first round, and still fucked it off. What you cannot, what you cannot evaluate is what a person going to do in their head. How mixed up in the head, what money is going to do to them once they get it. You don't know how to evaluate that. But
mm-hmm.
see, a kid like Josh Jacobs, he was sleeping in his car with his dad. Came from nothing, but he understood, just like Najee Harris. came from nothing. I know exactly what I want to do when I get to where I want to get to. I know what my purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when you get young, when you're young and you got a lot of money, you'll make mistakes. No disrespecting to Ruggs. I know he not passed away, but you know, that young brother came from nothing. Now he
Mm-hmm.
driving around in a fast car, he got fine women with him, fine women loving him and all that. He forgot his purpose. Made a mistake, cost him his career.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's looking like an NFL bust. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, Mike Mayock got a book on a lot of people. They just made poor choices on who they wanted to get. But Josh Jacobs wasn't a poor choice. I think he was the best out of the bunch. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad they don't really know how to draft O linemen, because really, the O lineman is what makes the team go. If you don't have a good O line, you're going to struggle. It don't matter how good your running back is or your quarterback. You're going to struggle. And guys like Leatherwood, they go first round, and you get a other lineman that's sitting around that everybody is saying is that dude, and they wind.
How,
Go
hey,
ahead.
Roby, how far would that set you back, man? Picking bad in the offensive line area. If
Uh,
you're young, you got potential to groom these guys, because
yeah,
from what I'm
yeah,
from what we're thinking here in the nation is that we got
yeah.
the guy Carnegie, whatever his name was in New England with Belichick. He was there for 30 years, one of the best offensive line coaches ever. This is a
Or
protege of him.
Sarnicki or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Very, very decorated. I haven't heard not one negative word about this guy, not one negative player that's ever said anything about this kid, about this
Okay.
man. I guess he retired from football.
Yep.
He was with the Patriots forever. And you see the
Yep.
transition of a lot of New England guys are coming here to Las Vegas,
Yep.
and we we got one of his best proteges
Yeah.
to coach our
Yeah.
offensive linemen. Now
Right.
our line was 10th in running,
Yeah.
real bottom level pass. Jacobs had a
Okay.
successful season. So
Yeah.
now it's kind of reverse with the same dudes. I'm like, how does that
Okay. So
happen? You know,
okay. Well, I'm gonna
we
say
get
this because
guys,
I know a lot
we
of
get.
people don't know this. You hear me?
Go ahead, brother. We
Great.
how does this happen?
Okay. I'm gonna say this.
1 year, same dudes, same coach,
Yeah.
probably you're doing the
Yeah.
same thing, and then
Yeah.
but just Jacobs wasn't there during the off season. That's where I got that thought. The
I
camaraderie
got you.
between him and his offense, the spacing, the timing of the pulls, things like that. Because we're not running no more zone. A lot of people
Yeah.
that are in the audience, they think, oh, why
It's
don't we
zone.
just do a zone play? It's
Right.
totally different than what he's doing now. You know, that's
I
why
hear
we
you.
got rid of freaking what's his name that used to coach with us. I forgot his name, but he was a zone guy. And then
Mm-hmm.
I had to educate some people about there's all movement there. There's so much movement there that these guys won't be able to do it. And Josh didn't really have a good season with the zone, but when he goes to this power scheme, he balled out. So going back to what I said before, what you think? How could it change so drastically just in 1 year with
Well,
same guys,
okay. The thing
young?
is that the one thing that's hard that a lot of fans don't know about the NFL, there's a lot of poor coaches out there. Now I
Mm,
can hear a fan right now saying, "How you can say that about the NFL? It's the NFL." Hey, look, bro. You could put just because you could put lipstick on a pig, don't mean the motherfucker you want to kiss it or it's worth the dick. The point I'm getting at is this, man. Some of these coaches in the NFL, they already expect you to know how to do your job. They're just going to tell you, "Hey, it's the same thing you've been doing at this place or at that place. You should know how to tackle. You should know how to block. You should know how to catch. You should know how to run the ball. You should know how to read a block. You should know how to throw the ball. Those are things that organizations think like when I draft this kid, he should know how to do. So what I'm getting at is development. At every level of football, there's a coach helping that young man develop into the best player or the best potential that this player can become. The NFL don't have that. The NFL, like that coach you were talking about, that's 30 years in the game, highly decorated as a coach. He's one of the last Mohicans of an old line coach that can develop you, that can
Yeah.
find your weaknesses, coach you out of your weaknesses, and then you know what to work on in the off season. Why do you think a lot of these guys get drafted high, or even if it's a third round pick, and then they don't make it any, they don't turn the corner or they don't make it to the next level? Is because there's no coach in that organization helping them develop.
Yeah.
There's no coaches out there. I mean, there's guys out there. I mean, if you guys really look at the sideline, there's a lot of yes men going on out there, and they're pro coaches. All they doing is just getting a paycheck, holding the clipboard, writing down notes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My cousin is a coach in the league. His dad did 40 years in the NFL. It is the most cutthroat but bullshit coaching league
Yeah.
because it don't matter what the head coach thinks sometimes about a player or the position coach. If that owner says play that dude, they're going to play that dude,
Mhm.
regardless how good or bad that dude is. It's just what it
So you
is.
think so you think McDaniels welcome Dirty Low.
What up?
Dirty Low, this is my boy Roby. Roby, the first time meeting my partner in crime right here. I got two
I see you.
partners in crime right here, Dirty Low and
What's
Roby.
going on, Coach? How you doing, man?
How you feeling, brother?
Man, good to see you, bro.
Yeah, I heard a lot about you, man. Been wanting to. I've been listening the whole time, man. Just listening to everything, bro. You guys are giving up a lot of game. I was like, man, I was saying that too, but you know what I mean. I didn't play,
He
but you
changed
know what
my
I'm saying.
mind. He yelled at me basically and changed my mind about
Well,
Jacob.
hey, but the thing is
But
that
I
we
was
gotta yell at you, Gravy, bro. It's just it's like something about you that makes us. We just gotta slap you around a little bit, bro. Sometimes, you know what I mean. It's just
Roby used to do it all the time and it still ain't worked.
oh
He's
shit.
doing it
Okay.
off right now.
Nah. Hey, gravy
You know what I mean?
man. Okay,
But
so just to give guys some background about me and my brother, man,
yeah,
because I love him like my brother, man, because
Mhm.
we became brothers playing flag football, and
Right.
him and the boys, man, they embraced me as a brother, and I'm just gonna call it like it is. It's a team full of Mexicans, and one of my buddy, Mexican guy, we're real close, and they were like, hey, come play flag, and you know. And I'm like, man, they ain't gonna want me to come out there. They're gonna be like, man, you too fast, or you're gonna Hollywood us or whatever, whatever. And he was like, man, my boy being real close to me, my boy Mondo, he was like, bro, it's about time you find out how strong your leg. Cause I got to the league, blew my hip out. I rehabbed, but I didn't do anything for like a year and a half. I didn't really know if I was healed. And my
Mhm.
mhm.
boy just pushed me and was like, man, get your ass out here and let's find out what you can
Mamundo,
do,
we call
bro.
him Mamundo.
Yeah, I remember
Mamundo.
you telling me about that.
Best swimmer,
Okay.
best swimmer in Parlier.
For real, for real, for real, for real. And you know, I'm at my destination, but I'm gonna post up for a bit. Um,
Okay.
and so my boy Mondo was like, man, let's go ahead and play some flag. So I get out there, meet the guys, and everybody like, well, he ain't taking my job. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, whatever, whatever. And I didn't give a shit about all that. I just wanted to test my leg out and just be one of the guys, be around the game again. And we get to a tournament after we have a little light practice, do a couple of things out there. But when you get into a game, into a battle, that's when you find out who's the real ones are, who the fake ones are.
Mm.
And one thing I can say about that guy Gravy, man, is if anybody want to start some shit with anybody on our team, that's gonna be the first mother sucker right there. That's gonna step him and be like, "You got a problem? Bow!" And
Yeah.
it's on and cracking. Um, you
We
know,
got many fights. Many fights.
We get. I mean, I can tell you, man. Well, with these bunch of guys, and Gravy is not the only one I got love for. I think we all got love for each other. When we get together, it's like, oh my god, we ain't been together in a while, to do this. But it was some of the best things in my life. I played a lot of professional football from the XFL, indoor, 2 years of Canada, a lot of college games. But man, those battles on the flag football field, man, with these guys and pursuing the championship was some of the best things in my life because I was just one of the boys. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then when it really comes down to it, when we sit back, we're having a beer, where everybody's letting their hair down. That's when this truth comes out. Like you're not who we thought you were, bro. Like you're so laid back. You just do what you do. And then when you talk football, you can see like you light up because you see the game from a different angle being a part of it, but it's not like it's you know, I'm the shit. You just go out and do what you do. So I appreciate that they show me that type of love and respect, and I give it right back to them because when you're in the heat of battle and we got to beat a team, and sometimes they're doing something that we haven't seen before, we got to break that shit down on the spot. You know what I mean? So we can get this victory and move on. So some guys got to just check their egos at the door and just listen and be coachable. But we still got to go out here and compete and win these games, man. And so you
You
become
did
brothers
that.
after stuff like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
you did that.
that guy right there, when it comes to defending his homeboys, he gonna defend us to the end. Real talk.
Yeah.
Sorry player. Sorry player, but good fighter. That was
Whatever, dog. Whatever,
it.
dog. Whatever, dog.
Hey,
Yeah, I
hey,
can
That
see.
hey,
I
that
see.
boy can play.
you gotta go back to work, Roby.
No,
Or
I'm
you still
good. I
got
got
time?
some time.
Yeah.
I'm already out here. I'm just around the corner from the spot. I got time. I don't
Okay.
have to be there till 12. So I'm gonna
Okay.
post up, holler at y'all, give y'all about 30 more minutes, and then I'm gonna, shut it
Shoot,
down.
here we go. Here we go. Low.
You know. Go ahead.
Anything that you heard, and I got so much. My head's going like this with Roby,
Yeah.
but anything certain that you want to ask Roby about because he knows just about everything
Yeah.
about the
I wouldn't say
game.
everything. I know a lot
No,
about a
you.
lot of things, but I don't know everything.
I hit him up. I hit him up before and said, Roby,
Yes, sir.
you know what the Earnhardt Perkins offense is, and it's basically what the New England offense is, right?
Yeah.
And I knew what it was because it's from a long time ago. It's from the 40s and 50s, and
Mhm.
I'm like I checked out wing T stuff and double wing stuff, and Roby's flashing with speed everywhere. I kind of got the sense when I coached with Roby what type of coaching that he liked and things like that. But that's the stuff that I get out of him when I ask him questions. But is there anything you want to ask him about? About he because I call him about the Raiders, and he knows a lot about the Raiders, but he
Mhm.
doesn't really have a team. He's just a football. He's just all
Yeah,
NFL.
football.
I'm
Yeah.
a football junkie, man. I'm a
So he's a
football junkie,
baseball
man.
guy. He's a Dodger guy.
Yeah, I
So
seen that, man. Sorry, but I see you wearing all the blue, man. Sorry, you guys got sweat, bro. Like, hey, but
uh,
still rep that though.
Hey, look, man. You Raider fans should know
you
what it
stuck.
feels like
Oh,
when your team is
There's
losing.
nothing. You got anything?
You
You got
got to
anything you
show
want to
up and
ask,
still
Roby?
rep, dog. But no, I mean, hey, look, man. No, I don't have a team. My wife's a Raider fan. I got a lot of close friends, of course. They're Raider fans.
mhm.
I grew up in L.A. when the Raiders were in L.A. When the Rams left. I watched the Raiders because Marcus Allen was the man. Eric Dickerson went to the Raiders. Tim Brown, I loved him at Notre Dame. And then Bo Jackson, Bo
Oh yeah,
Jackson. Let's keep it
yeah,
100.
yeah.
But I'm also a USC Trojan fan. So y'all remember Todd Marinovich?
Oh yeah,
Get
yeah.
out of here
Yeah,
with that.
man.
We don't allow. We
So
don't like
it,
USC because
Ron,
you know why we
Ronnie
don't like
Lott.
USC. We get into it with USC boys because we can never freaking beat them. That's
Yeah.
why.
Hey, I was on that Fresno State team when we beat them. I was on that
That was
team in
30
'92.
years ago, bro. That was 30 years ago. Go
Hey, I can claim it though, Grave. I don't know why you hating. I can
ahead.
claim it.
That was
Shit,
the
we
last
beat them
time.
fools.
That was the last
Nah,
time, bro.
we beat USC not too long ago
When?
in a bowl game. I thought we beat them in a Vegas Bowl or something.
No.
Look it up.
No.
Derek Carr and them beat them. Look
No.
it up.
Derek Carr didn't know. If Derek Carr beat SC, man, come on, bro.
He beat Oregon,
It could have
UCLA.
been. It could have been McMary, and I think we just beat SC not too long ago in the bowl game. Look it up.
All I know is that I don't know if me and you were both at that Reggie Bush game. Yeah,
Why you gotta bring
that's
up? Why you gotta bring up old shit? Why
yeah.
you gotta bring up
At
old
least
shit? I'm tired of
at
hearing
least
about what
it
Reggie
was like
did
15
behind
years.
the back. Behind the
At least
back.
it was 15 years ago. It wasn't 30.
No, in 2013. In 2013, Derek Carr threw 2 touchdowns, an interception, and a 45-20 loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we
your
lost to them.
win was
So we
45 to
ain't beat
20
SC
loss.
in how long? So we ain't beat
I'm looking
SC
that up
since
right
I
now.
beat
30 years. 30 years.
So
When you played.
God.
So
Hey,
I
I'm
was
trying
in
to.
the,
Hey, I'm
Fresh
trying to
out.
give it.
You was
Go ahead,
fresh
bro.
out, bro. You was
I was
fresh out.
in the military at the time, right? When we played SC, right? And my first sergeant, I got really, really close with him, right? Because I was working
Okay.
with him.
Yes, sir.
He helped me out because I really had no NCOs above me, whatever or not. He was a really, really good dude. He looked like a little puppet from Blood and Blood Out, bro. I always used to give him shit about that. But he was cool as hell. But he graduated from SC, and he was like, Fresno State, huh? Fresno State, huh? He's like, watch. And he's like, bro, he goes, I'm going to smoke you. He goes, you want to start? He goes, he closed the door. He goes, I'm going to talk that shit right now. He goes, well, I'm going to smoke your fucking boots in front of everybody. If we beat you, we beat him. And I was like, and he did. And he fucking did it, bro. I was like, fuck. But it was nice, though. But when's the last
Let me
time?
get to the Holler Squad, bro. Hot Stick Stepper, what's up, man? Thank you for
What's up,
being
brother?
here. Jimmy Montez, JB, what's up? Haven't seen JB in a minute. Thanks for coming on, JB. Tubby, once again.
it is
All
the show.
Lies, what's up, my Fresno partner? Got a
That's
couple of
what's
dudes
up,
from
man.
Fresno that come on this show, bro.
That's what's
I
up, man.
think Cash Lord and All Eyes are way too young to remember Roby, but he was a
Hey, man,
bulldog,
y'all
man. He
doing
was
a good
successful.
platform, man. Y'all been building a
He
good
got a
platform. You got people coming on like that. That's what's up.
Oh yeah,
he,
we've been doing
he
it, man.
decorated
Little by
Fresno
little.
State wide receiver. Like I said, led the nation at one
Punt
time
return.
and return yards,
I
fast
was
as
second in
fuck.
the nation. I was second in the nation.
To who?
Second. They had this sucker out of BYU named James Dye.
BYU. Come on,
Who? Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
hey, in 1992 is the last time we beat SC. Yeah, it was 7-24 at the Freedom Bowl.
Okay, that's my bad. I
Sweeney
thought
was
we beat them
coaching.
fools. Yeah, may he rest in peace. That's my guy, man. That was a real deal coach, man. I don't want to hear about his drinking, Gravy. Knock it off.
Well, I had a drink with him or two up there by the Red Seats once or twice.
Hey, but Roby, I
he
did have a
always said he always wanted to do the swinging gate, bro, all the time. He goes, forget field goal kickers. I'll do the swinging gate.
Knock it off. Knock it off. We don't do that, boo. What's on your mind, bro?
So when I was listening to you guys earlier, you were talking about the whole Josh Jacobs thing, and then how he brought DA in.
I'll be right back.
You know what I mean? And now you're talking about the offense that that we're basically running right now. You know what I mean? Or a version of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was saying a lot of that shit last year when we got DA. I thought everyone's numbers was gonna deplete, but now because that system was coming in too because of the way they run it. You know what I mean? I like the way you have put it. You know what I mean? And my question is like everyone's flipping out about the numbers. I think is it more just made up shit so they can have shit to talk about, or is it more along the lines because everybody in there, DA knows what he's doing and what he brings to the table. Josh Jacobs knows, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I was always feeling this. I just didn't know how the right way to say it. Like everyone's numbers are going to deplete, but they all need each other in a sense.
Yes.
And like the way you had said that, I was like, man, I wish I could have said it like that. You know what I mean? Because we be sitting there arguing with people and about like this, that, and how it's set up. And I'm like, bro, like that's kind of dumb in a sense, because if you look at an offense, you need all pieces. You know what I mean? So I would just want to comment on that because I like the way you kind of broke it down, the way you said like, hey, because of this, that, and the third. And what I didn't know is that if you got franchise tagged and you got injured, you didn't get that money. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because you only get paid during the year. You know what I mean? They'll sign you for that money, and they pay you after every game, whatever that amount for every 17. It's 17 games now, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you get paid it after every game. So yeah, they don't give you when you get franchised, bro. there's no bonus. You know, the NFL is a doggy dog league, my guy. You dig what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They don't.
Mhm.
I mean, the commodity, which is the athlete, they don't really give a shit because the owner wins regardless. You know what I
Right.
mean? And long as the owner wins, he wins in the customers. I mean, in the what am I saying? In
Concessions and ticket
the
sales.
souvenir store, the ticket sales, the souvenirs, the attire. You know, they win merchandise. There we go.
Merchandise.
With all the merch that goes on. I mean, Jerry's where I'm gonna use the Cowboys. I know it could be a touchy subject, but I'm gonna use Jerry, man, because Jerry right there, he keeps the Cowboys in your face because it's money. It's something to talk about. It's something to
Mhm.
talk about no matter what's going on. People are gonna buy the merchandise. My neighbor who cuts my lawn, he goes to Jerry's World every year. And he says it like that. I'm going to Jerry's World, B. I'm going to Jerry's World. I'm gonna stay at the hotel. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. He spends more money or just as much money to get the ticket as he does to be around the situation.
Mm.
The NFL, the owners, and you know Roger Goodell works for the owners.
Of
He don't
course.
give a shit about no players.
Nope.
And see, and Gravy knows this because I'm gonna tell you how it is as a player, and then I'm gonna help you. I'm not gonna help you, but I'm gonna also speak from an owner because if I'm an owner, I gotta say, well, if I got a guy, if I got three guys, 5'9", running a 4.4 in punt return, if I only need one guy, what I need those other two guys and pay this guy more than that guy. If they do the same shit, you get what I'm
Right.
saying? So if I got three guys, 5'9", running a 4.4, can punt return, play receiver, I'm paying him 60, I'm paying him 50, I'm paying him 40. I'm gonna get rid of 60 and 50 and go with the guy who makes 40. You're doing the same shit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's how the game is. My last year playing in Canada, I was in that situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm making 80, he making 60, he making 40. Who you think is out the door?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
You-
it's a doggy dog
you-
world, but at the
but
same,
what do you mean by the same shit, Rody? What if you're a better player
it don't
and the guy
matter.
just
It don't
shows
matter.
better
It
potential?
don't matter. The money matters. Money talks, bullshit walks. It don't matter how good that dude is. It don't matter how smart you is. I'll break it down to you like this. The offensive coordinator in Canada, my last year there, he knows I know multiple positions. I punt return. And in the middle of playing, I can recognize a blitz. Instead of running my route, I'll stay in and block the backside or the front side. I know what defense we're going against. I can see everything. Some of these young players, they're so caught up trying to learn the playbook, they don't even see the defense. They're just out there running like a chicken with their head cut off. So when they wanted to show me that, hey, we want to give these younger guys an opportunity to play, we're not going to cut you. We're just going to bench you. So I'm like, okay, cool. We'll see what's up. I'm in the meeting, and the offensive coordinator is like, hey, guys, we're looking at the film. Okay, we got this defense. We're going to run this play. What are we going to expect? And it's like crickets in the room. Crickets. Couldn't hear shit. And then the starters, you know, because in Canada, you're going to have like 6 receivers and shit.
Yeah.
You got guys, you know, the starters are like, man, because anybody else answer a question? Nobody wants to answer questions. The point I'm getting at is this. The offensive coordinator looked at me and was like, Robe. And he looked at me like, Robe, do you know the answer? And I said, why are you asking me, coach? I'm not playing Saturday. You better ask these young guys. And the coach looked at me like, fuck. Because what coaches want is guys who are smart, who can play the game, who can adjust and still play at a high level. Everybody who plays football should know a player that's thinking too much is moving slow. A guy who knows what he's doing and can adapt on the fly, he's moving. He's moving. He's moving. Fans don't understand a guy who understands the game, who's calm under pressure, who doesn't get rattled. He's just going to be moving. A guy who doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know where to get lined up, doesn't read defenses fast enough. He's always late. The ball's going to come out late. The quarterback's going to hold on to the ball a lot longer. And then you get a sack. The team is moving in reverse. And people don't understand what's really going on because of stuff like that. We got trades going on, right? Like everybody believes that Chase Claypool is garbage. Miami picked him up. From what I hear, Chase Claypool ain't smart. He's not going to play, bro. They're going to send him on deep routes. You don't have to coach speed. Just run a go route. Hey, you got a go route. He's going to come in. Hey, you got a go route. They're going to try to throw it to him. If he catches it and scores, hey, good job. If he doesn't, he'll be right back on the bench and they'll rotate the team in. That's how it works in the league. It doesn't matter. It matters about money. And if you can produce,
you know what?
You get a chance.
So I mean, you're kind of killing a lot of people's dreams right now. You're like, oh, well, they don't play, but no. I'm not saying you are, but I mean, there is a love to the game too. There's always a love to the game, right? You know what I mean? But I see what you're saying though. I see that, like, you know what I mean. If there's a pecking order, and then if you're the top dog and whatever or not, and you get paid for what you know and how you play the game. You know what I mean?
Yes,
because like coaches are pretty much, like you said earlier too, that like coaches, your players should already know what to do.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be sitting there. Oh well, come on, and you gotta, you gotta pull the right guard when you're doing a trap run or whatever. Come on, you already know what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
You should know exactly how to line up. I mean, one key that
you know what face popped in my head when Roby was saying that.
What?
On our team?
Who?
What?
Renfro's.
Renfro?
Oh.
You know whose face popped in my head was Robertson. Amit.
Oh, the new corner.
Yeah. Well, he's not a new corner. He got picked like 4th round about 4 years ago, on third 3 or 4 years ago. But the thing is, he made a lot of big plays, and he's a small guy. He's my size. He's 5'8".
Yeah.
5'8".
Yeah.
He's 5'8".
And he's making plays, but he smart, knows how to play the game. You know what I mean? So it's like everyone's like, oh, we're gonna go get this guy and get this guy, and everyone's like kind of like adjusting the whole thing to where it's like, oh, well, we need David Long over here because he's taller, this, that, and third. David Long's getting fucking smoked and doing dumb shit. Amik should have been starting personally because he knows the game and he's a smart player and he's a dog. You know what I mean? So it's like the money, like obviously the money's really not bothering him because he's still there. People were telling him to be cut, bro. You know what I mean? Like they don't see the talent, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And you have to be good between here and your body.
Where you gotta
know
be
at. So yeah.
But there's a lot of dumb players out there. They don't really care. Like I mean, in the past, what was that? Charles Mann. Remember Charles Mann played for the Redskins?
Mm-hmm.
The end. I think
yes,
it was number 71.
Yes.
Charles Mann. Charles Mann wasn't very smart, but he knew how to rush the passer.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, but when it comes down as the analytics of the game, professional sports, we're in the analytics now. We want the stats. We want a computer to tell us how to think football again, or football, baseball, even basketball. It takes away from actually letting your eyes tell you what you see. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always say that.
The biggest thing in football is trust your eyes. Trust what you see. They tell that to linebackers, DBs all the time. Receivers, trust your eyes. Quarterbacks, trust your eyes. Trust what you see. And then react to what you've been coached. They don't do that in the league, man. It's all about, if I'm paying that dude millions of dollars, I don't care if he's not as good as the guy who I'm not paying millions of dollars to. I got to get the most out of that guy until I know it ain't worth the dick anymore. You get what I'm saying? So you got to play that rat race of a game. I don't want to spoil people's dreams like that, but I got to keep it 100 because when I get asked a question like, why do they do that? I'll be like, because it's about money. They don't care really, man, win or lose. The owner wins regardless, win or lose. Right. If that stadium is packed and y'all lost the game, yeah, he's sorry. He's not happy that they lost the game, but shit, I got this, I got that. That got, that bill got taken care of. That bill got taken care of. This is went into my pocket. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. You know what I mean? As long as you put a decent product out there on the field, and sometimes you really don't. When you're talking about brand trademark names, Raiders are a brand, Cowboys are a brand, 49ers are a brand. The Patriots now are a brand. You know what I mean? The Giants are a brand. you really don't have to do much year in and year out. You're going to make your money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you're going to have that much of a following. But keeping it to a player level, I'm gonna always side with the players because the contract is the issue. Jacobs deserved that money, but if
Agreed.
you don't want to, huh?
I said agreed.
Give him his money because a guy, and I think we all can agree to this. We all go to work. When your employers appreciate what you do, you know you can get up and go to work and do your job at your best abilities. Being a football player ain't no different than going to a regular job like you and me, even driving a truck. It's no
Right.
different, bro. My owner pays me the money I'm worth as a truck driver, a local truck driver. I go home every night. I don't have to worry about my truck because the mechanics are on it like that when I see something wrong. My owner's going to take care of me financially. He's going to take care of my truck, make sure the mechanics are on it, making sure that I'm working every day to make sure I can take care of my family. When you take care of a football player, that peace of mind is what we're talking about. And when a player like Jacobs, 26, 25 years old, has the best rushing season with a new head coach, a new offense, you know what I mean? Besides Devontae Adams being out there, the dude played a good game. He was 25 years old. Pay that man. You don't have to give him a 5-year contract, but pay him enough money to feel comfortable about what he's doing because when it comes down to it, we're in October now. The weather didn't change. We're about to get cold November. I know they
This is
play in
what
the
he told me.
dome and
This is
all
what he
that.
told me to.
We're gonna run the ball, man. We're gonna run that ball, man. As a football coach, I play receiver as my trade. I love to run the ball. I wanna see a defensive end or a defensive tackle or a linebacker saying, "Oh fuck, they're gonna run the ball again right at me." I want him to say, "Man, I want to break his will." You know, I hate to say that to young
And now
kids.
you know, now you know, now you know, Lo, where we get all this from. That we coach together because we're the same way.
I want that kid to know that, hey, we're going to pick on you until they take you off the field and put you right next to the coach and say, "Hey, son, today's just not your day." They realize you're the weak link.
See, my,
Uh,
my, my thing is
Let's
like
go, let's
I,
go, Lo.
I know the
Let's do
running
that
game
shit.
because the way football started, if you really break it down, the
yeah,
gist of the game,
absolutely.
they
Go
weren't
ahead.
throwing the ball. They were running the
No.
ball. They were rushing it.
Yeah.
That's the bread and butter of any fucking game. That's time management.
The
That's all that
cornerstone
shit,
of
right?
football. The
Right.
cornerstone of football is to run the ball to open up the passing game. If you create an 8-man box, and I mean, football is pretty much like chess. If you can if you can create an 8-man box where that safety has to come down and help out in the running game, that only leaves a single high safety and two corners, bruh. Two
Yeah.
corners. And you can only play two coverages out of that. That's cover one, man to man, or cover three.
So,
And that's
And cover
zone.
three is basically a zone, and you're just basically backpedaling until whoever's open. You can go under, and then
Well,
you can get caught in the middle. Like, yeah, especially with the speed
well,
like Devontae and the way he moves, bro. Like, yeah,
and see,
you
really, cover three becomes man to man because after 10, 12 yards, that motherfucker moving, you got to stay with him.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
So you
the
running
same
out of
thing.
there,
You
you
have to
going to
go
chase
either
him. You
way.
know what I mean? Like, if he runs across the field, you're going to say, hey, oh, over, so you can stay in your zone. But if don't nobody come in your area, you might want to help out with that. You get
Yeah,
what
and
I'm
then you're
saying?
already 2 steps behind. You know what I
That
mean? And
part.
then yeah, and then all you got to do is lead. I got one more question, bro, because I know you're gonna
Go
take
ahead.
off. So,
You got plenty of time, bro.
well, so this is the thing. So my thing is like this. A lot of people are complaining that Josh, not complaining, but saying that I seen Ben saying that he's not getting paid for what he's doing now. But if you
Yeah,
really
I
look
got
at
you.
it last year, right? You know what I mean? If you
Yeah,
look at it last year, he's
yeah,
basically doing the same thing. And then when you get into the later, that's when he starts making his money, right? So it's like a lot of people
exactly.
last year were saying, like, why don't we run the ball? Why don't we run the ball? Because he's
Right,
trying to get the offense acclimated to passing the ball because of the system that they run, right? Because they
right.
know later
Well,
on, because you want to
listen, though.
establish that, hey, you can push the
Yes.
ball down the field, so, you want to be able to push the ball down the field. And like what's going to happen is it opens up the defense. The defense is going to have to back off. They're going to have to
Yep,
bring guys, more of like a nickel kind of, you know what I mean, type of
yep,
defense, you know what I mean, because they're going to have to cover the pass. And then you turn
right.
around and convert to the running. And then that's where Josh Jacobs started making his bread, like after like game 6 and game 7. You know what I mean? So a lot of people want him to come out the gate 200 yards and 18 touchdowns. Like, no, bro, that's not how you do it. It's like when it comes down, besides the financial and stuff like that, the
Yeah,
overall like progression of the Raiders that you see, especially with
yeah,
McDaniels, do
yeah.
you see do you see it working, or is it, you know what I mean? Or what do you think of the overall Raiders, like how they're moving and how they're getting traction? You know what I mean? If
Okay.
I'm asking that right, that's what I'm
All
trying to
right.
say.
Well,
Yeah.
Devontae kind of exposed what's going on with the Raiders, and it's talking about the locker room. He just spoke on that not too long ago. Am I right?
Right.
Devontae Adams. Okay. It's how you approach the game. When you come from a winning organization like Green Bay, you got a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. The needle was always pushed. You get what I'm saying? The needle was
Right.
always pushed. And what's been different in Oakland, well, now Vegas, is that nobody's pushing the needle anymore. They got comfortable with mediocrity. I'm not saying Derek Carr wasn't pushing the needle or John Gruden wasn't pushing the needle, but what is it? The commitment to excellence wasn't at the level that it was created to be. And that comes with personalities and things like that. You know,
Mhm.
guys who really know how to win, they come to practice knowing how to win. You know, I can understand people not understanding if Jacobs is not deserving of his money because this, that, and the third. And everybody has their own opinion. But the thing is that NFL contracts are made of what you just did. When you come
What
out
you
of the
earn.
league, yeah, because you
Mhm.
earned it. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? What you just did. When you come out of college, they're paying you for the potential of what you may do. That makes sense?
Yes.
So Jacob's been in the game, did 1,200 yards, and because I seen somebody say he doesn't deserve his money. Believe what you want, my guy. You know what I mean? You're entitled to believe that, but until you strap the pads on and let everybody hit you for 17 games and an organization not appreciate what you're doing, you can have your opinion as a fan. But as a player, an organization don't owe you shit. And you
Mhm.
are a businessman. As a player, you're a businessman. You got to take care of your number one business. That's yourself. That's your body. When you see how the organization is ran, you want to make sure your running back is fresh the last 8 games or 9 games of the season. You don't want to get your running back hurt. For example, Beckler got hurt after the first game. Am I right? He ain't played since week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon got hurt after week 3.
Mhm.
And all they did was roll their ankle, high ankle sprains, things like that. Thank God it wasn't an ACL. The potential for running backs, the reason why they don't get paid is because of all the hits they take. And I know everybody understands that. They have the most potential to have an injury. So you don't want to pay that player because of the injury, regardless of what they just did. Josh Jacobs at a young age had no less than 1,200 yards for consecutive seasons. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay. For some of you fans out there who don't know how hard it is to rush for 1,000 yards, grow up, homeboy. 1,000 yards is not freaking easy on 15 carries or 20 carries in a game when you got 11 grown men trying to stop you.
I
You
say it
out there
is
dream.
though, Roby. I tell people that a
Ah,
thousand yards, a thousand yards nowadays is easy to get because you
Well,
see
because it's not a
nobody's get
12 game
them.
season. Yeah, it's
nah,
15
nah.
or
It's
whatever.
still not easy. It's not okay. Like Michael Jordan said, it's easy to get 30 points a game. All you got to do is average
You
what,
probably
six
got so
points
mad at
a
me you
quarter.
hit your mic. Yeah.
My mic.
No, you probably got so mad. You got so mad at me. You probably just hit your head doing that shit.
Nah, I'm good. I'm
Go
just
ahead. Go
saying,
ahead.
man.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
man, man. You gotta understand, man. What the players go through. It's all about what they can get at the moment. Josh Jacobs is going to be fine. The guy's too young. He wasn't out of shape. He was out of football shape. There's two types of shape: football shape and regular shape. Just like on our hands, right? When you work with your hands, you build up a callus. You got to build your body up as far as a callus as a running back to take those bruises when you come in between the tackles.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he's doing right now. So they're not going to give him 20 carries off the bat. They're going to give him 12 to 15. You get what I'm saying? As the season progresses, he's going to get up to 20 carries a game. They're going to get him a run. They're going to allow him to run the ball more. I mean, what running back do they got behind them that is really proven that they deserve to get more carries than 5? I don't see one.
Dirty low right here. Dirty low right here.
Yeah, shit. I'm ready to pad up now. Shit, bro. I barely get out of bed in the morning, bro.
You know, but I get it. You know, like I get it, man. I enjoy the game. Like I said, I'm a fan. I don't have a team. You know, I'm partial to the Giants because they paid me. They gave me a bonus. They gave me an opportunity to play in the league, and I'm gracious and grateful for them. I appreciate them taking a chance on me. I blew my hip out, signed my contract, went downstairs, went to practice, blew my hip out. Done. And by the
Was
grace
that
of
was
God,
that was that a Bo Jackson type thing?
I no,
Was
I
that
didn't
injury like a Bo
dislocate it.
Jackson?
I didn't dislocate it. I had a subluxation. If I can show you guys, this is the hip bone right
Mhm.
here in my pelvis, and I did like that.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
okay.
they call it a subluxation of the hip. I had surgery. I chipped off a dime size of cartilage inside the ball socket. You
Mm.
know what I mean? And I was done for the season and done with my NFL career. But like I said, I went back and played indoor, played in the first XFL season under Vince McMahon. Uh, Played 2 years in Canada, and I was able to retire. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful for it at 29, 28, 29 years old. I'm thankful for it because you know I still had a lot of football in me, and I was able to get it all out by the time I was able to retire. And now as a coach, I just want to give these young people the opportunity to fulfill their dreams. I didn't have a dream of being a professional football player. I just wanted to get a scholarship and get out of the hood.
Gotcha.
And I was able to achieve that. It opened doors for me. I mean the friendships I made, the coaches I met, the games I played in. I traveled the world because of football, and so I'm very thankful to the sport itself, and I just been a fan of it just because it gave me so much of life and enjoyment, and I'm healthy enough to move around to do what I do. I'm 49 years old. So, but I don't forget the things that I had to go through. You know, I negotiated my own CFL contracts because I knew what I was worth and what I wanted to earn. Um, but when you're around, I knew I was a coach coming out. I had a couple of coaches, talk to me like, "Hey, you should get into coaching. You really have a good knowledge for the game. You like to help people." And so I enjoy it. I'm glad Gravy came out one year. We coached together, and it's just a lot about life, the game of football, because you gotta, you're gonna really football's gonna test who you are as a person, as a man. You're gonna test your toughness, your weaknesses. It's gonna make you truly tap into who you are as a person. If you play the game and you want to be the best you can be. I'm gonna say this, and it may sound arrogant. I was elite, not average, not good, not great, elite. Because I'm gonna run with the fastest. I'm gonna compete with the best. And I didn't see too many DBs that can stand in front of me and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna stop you today." Yeah, right, bro. I got a lot.
Nor did
I
I.
got a
Nor
lot.
did I. I didn't either.
I got a lot. I mean, by the grace of God, thankful that He blessed me with speed and quickness, but He blessed me with a mind to think. Very coachable, but I was physical. I loved the weight room. At 5'9", playing at 175 pounds. I can't believe it. Uh, I'm just thankful for the things I achieved. Only caught 28 balls coming out of high school as a senior, and I was able to break a college record. Caught more balls than I imagined, did more things than I imagined. But it was only because I had a good surrounding cast of guys, and good coaches. Jeff Tedford, who's the head coach of Fresno State, was a great offensive coordinator. I had good guys around me that taught me a lot. Trent Dilfer, Charlie
Trent,
Jones, Ron
yeah, wow.
Rivers. Um, I had
Ron
a lot
Rivers,
of
yeah, I
guys, man.
remember Rivers.
You remember those guys, and
Yeah,
you know, it'd be selfish for me to not to mention those guys because those are the guys that I looked up to. Lee Harris, uh, um, Malcolm Sebron, also Malcolm Floyd. Now Titus Winans, Mike Ross. I'm just naming my receiver guys. The O line guys. You know, Jim Orianis from the San Fernando Valley. Shout out to Valley JC. A
Did
lot
you
of
play with
guys, man.
Donati? Were you with Donati or
Yep,
Arianas?
Rich Donati, that's my guy. Santa Barbara, that's my dude. What's up to you, Rich? I
Yeah.
mean, man, it was just you never know when you show up to a university what you can accomplish. You just got to go out there,
Mm.
work hard, put your best foot forward. If you really want to be about that game, you're gonna pour into it, and I think I did that. I mean, sometimes you know what you got to show up every Friday. I'll go where my high school coach told me, because he let me, he said, "Hey, I'm gonna give you number one," and I was like, "Oh no, coach, I don't want that responsibility." I was like, "Man, that's nah, man, I don't want that." He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna give you number one as a junior playing my first year of varsity," and I said, "Why?" And he says, "Man, because I'm gonna make sure you show up every day, son. You got a responsibility wearing that number to show up every day, to be competitive, because everybody's gonna say number one sucks if he doesn't show up."
Yeah, that's
But I
good.
never
That's good
forgot that.
for all the young
I mean,
folks.
yeah, I never forgot that, and that's always what I played with. I represent my dad and his family. Being Roberson, I never wanted to change that. And so I'm just thankful for what I've been able to accomplish. Being smart, to understand what I was worth as a player, and thankful to play the game. So guys like Gravy, when we talk football, I'm just like, nah, man. Sometimes you got to look at it at a different angle. You know, Sometimes, man, football isn't always football. It's more about business.
Mm.
And the game of the NFL is about a business.
So,
Fans, enjoy what you guys enjoy. Enjoy the games with your family. Really allow your family to enjoy the game.
yeah.
I get it. Wins and losses. We want to win the Super Bowl, but man, it's the time you spend with your family at the games that's more memorable than what the team wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So
so
that,
even though you say it like that, you know what I mean. Even though like us doing the podcast and stuff like that, we
yes, sir.
kind of overlook, not overlook, but we overanalyze a lot of different things. You know what I mean? Because obviously we can't
Yeah.
play the game. You know what I mean? And we
Right.
love the
Right.
sport. You know what I mean? Like you're talking
Absolutely.
about family and everything like that. I love being around the family watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like even when we go to the games and spend thousands of dollars, whatever it is, whatever.
Yeah.
But even though like if we're looking at it from I want us to win, and me and Gravy
Yes,
kind of
sir.
go back and forth with this, and
Yeah.
looking at it as a coach
Yeah.
and coming in with this new system with Josh McDaniels, and we got all these offensive coordinators, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that Josh McDaniels should give up the offensive coordinating position job title because he's doing both. He came in as a head coach. So when you're a
Yeah.
head coach, you should be a head coach. Gravy says no. And I'm kind of like, that's what I kind of want. I want him to kind of be the head coach,
Be the head
stop
coach.
calling the
Yeah.
plays. You know what I mean? And every team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every team needs that head coach. You need
Yeah.
that fixed point. He can't be wearing three fucking hats, even though behind the scenes they are. You can't really show it. You see what I'm saying? So you hire all
Well,
this staff. You know what I mean? So in my question to you is, do you think he should hand off the OC job or
oh
any head
man.
coach at that?
I mean, well, for McDaniels,
Question, though. That's a very good question.
I think so too. I'm gonna try to answer the best I can. I think for McDaniels, because he's bringing an offense that he knows better than anybody. So it's his baby. So it's hard for him to relinquish that because he understands there's a lot of verbiage from what I heard about that offense. There's a lot of verbiage.
Mm-hmm.
And he can see it in his head as he's thinking it and just spit it. Where some of the coaches that he brought to his staff, if they didn't come and work with him before, they may not know the verbiage as well as he knows it to be able to adjust on the fly. Um, but you know what, man? Sometimes, when you watch Andy Reid, and you even though you had the enemy and now they got Nagy over there, Andy Reid is still signing off on what plays they're calling, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Because they have the meetings and stuff
McDaniels,
like that.
yeah. I mean, you got to meet with your coaches. I've been a head coach. You got to trust your coaches, man. Trust them. So I think in the first year, I know this is the second year, but hey, man, you got to start trusting in your coaches. What you got them there for? So give them an opportunity to show that they can do something other than what you can do. So then you can pay more attention to the game. So you can make sure that your defensive coaches, your offensive coaches are doing the right thing to put the guys in the right place to be successful. That's what your job as a head coach to do, is to manage the game and make sure the coordinators are doing the right things by putting the best players in position to be successful. And sometimes it's hard for people like that to allow somebody else to do it when it's their baby. Um,
It's hard to let it go. It's hard to let it go.
it's hard to let it go. But do I
Shanahan
think he
does
should
it,
do it?
Roby.
Yeah, but I
Shanahan
mean,
does it.
Shannon does
The
it.
dude
Yeah,
in Green
Andy
Bay
Reid does it.
does it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
there's a lot of Andy Reid does it. I'm
yeah.
sure. I'm sure when Bellamy becomes a head coach, he's going to do both. You can see that he's an
Probably.
Andy Reid guy.
Yep.
Gruden did it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them do it. There's more than you think that does it.
Yeah.
So it's just not
But
our
here's
problem.
but
It's
here's the
just
thing though. You're talking about coordinators who become head coaches. That's why they still do it because they were
yeah.
coordinators. If you get a guy like Mike Tomlin, Mike Tomlin was a defensive back coach. I think he might
Mhm.
have been D coordinator one time when he was in Tampa Bay. He might have been. But as soon as he became a head coach, what did he do? I'm a head coach. You guys are that. You guys are that. Because one thing about certain organizations, they hire who they want to be the coordinators in certain coaching positions. You get what I'm saying? Now, head coach can only have autonomy to hire or want certain guys on their staff. The organization is doing some of that stuff by themselves. So it's not always up to that coach. So some of these head coaches, they got coaches that the organization wanted and they don't really trust that guy. That's why they keep the position.
Mm.
You get my point?
Yep.
Yeah.
So in certain stances, it's like that. You know what I mean? You didn't that guy is not one of your type of guys, but they got him in a coordinating position or they got him at a quarterback position, you know what I mean? So it could be a sticky situation.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you can look at your phone, but there's questions there. It says
Oh,
up for review. Now this dude, his name
fucking
is
JT.
JT, and he's a Raider fan, but
Okay.
he's a very contradicting type Raider fan to where nah they
Okay.
ain't doing this right, nah they ain't doing this that. Very debatable type guy. But he asked
Okay.
you a question, Roby.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Is
what's
that
the
can you
question?
ask Roby the difference in the locker room culture and locker room traditions and how that impacts organizations and players mentally, if at all. He does he does feel about LVR culture, Las Vegas Raider culture, or identity.
Okay. Um,
You
I mean the
think
locker
things are
room,
changing? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, once we start allowing certain things like guys who like guys in the locker room, certain guys are gonna feel some type of way. I ain't got some we're not I don't judge it, but some guys feel a little type of way about it. Like I don't want this dude looking at me. You know what I mean? But the locker room has always been sacred for players. That's the place where you can just let it all hang out.
Mm.
You don't have to monitor what you say. And then being in a professional locker room, dude, I mean, you can see some stuff that, boy, you be like, for real. Like you gonna walk around like that, dog. Put a
Put it
towel
away.
on,
Put it
bro.
away. Put it away, bro.
Like you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, or you know, you got some guys, man, in the locker
I
room
would.
that
I
they like to
would.
bleed, they like to get slapped, they do all kind of hijinks and shit. You like, bro, what you doing? You know what I
I
mean?
don't need
Like
no towel. Need a towel
that
for
part.
what? What do you need a towel
So
for?
I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. But the locker room stuff is changing because of a lot of things that a lot of people aren't used to. They're letting women reporters in the locker room. They had to, make a big deal about that, and that has some people messed up. So, you know, um, locker room has always been sacred, man. You should be able to do and say what you want to say, and some of that stuff changed. You know what I mean? So, guys are adapting. Some guys don't want to adapt, and because the locker room has always been a certain way of doing things. You know what I mean? And I mean, you see a lot of stuff like Deion Sanders has brought us into his locker room. You know what I mean? And Deion has always been in your face. He never been able to shy away from nothing. You know,
Mhm.
um, and I saw some of his stuff, and I was like, man, like I can't believe he's in there doing it like that. Like, but I would enjoy my head coach, you know, being himself. I didn't have a problem if I smelled alcohol on Sweeney's breath when I was in college. That shit didn't bother me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because coach and like the rest of our coaches, like I know things that these coaches would do today will get fired. But Grave, I mean, you guys, both of you guys, our coaches bought us drinks, bro, when we were playing.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh yeah.
They brought us drinks, and it was nothing to be in a club or and a coach buy you a drink. It was nothing in them days. We're talking about
Mhm.
the 90s. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's not like that anymore. And when I know we were in
'90s
college,
was hot, bro.
you know, and
Early
in the
the mid
pros,
'90s was hot, bro.
what a lot of people don't know about the pro locker room, bro, there's alcohol in the locker room after every game, bro.
Oh yeah.
There's packs of brew in there, bro. What do you think they want you to do? Look at it? You know what I mean? So what goes on in the locker room normally stays in the locker room. And sometimes stuff that gets out of the locker room, guys are gonna, back in the day there was that stuff was sacred. We had, we had pillars, we had, OGs who was like, nah, we're not letting that happen. But because of the way, trading and moving players around, some of that stuff is lost. You know what I mean?
Well, they lucky I in the locker room because the Latino Mandingo be swinging in there. I don't care if reporters looking at me or not.
Yeah, I don't need to see all of that. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I think what he was trying to basically ask, like, so because you've been on different teams, obviously, you went
Yeah,
from college to professional, and then you
yeah,
went to XFL. So the vibe in the room pretty much kind of changes everything. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And you can kind of
yeah,
see where this is going. Like, oh, we're
yeah,
we're really dialed in, and we're going to be focused on this. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Some coaches are coached differently. Some give you the drinks. Some are like, nah,
Right.
pray to God. You know what I mean? However it is, but like in the overall um midst of the whole NFL thing, when new coaching staff comes in, they try to adapt the culture. But then if they have their own culture, then it changes. Obviously, it changes with every
Yes.
regime. It
It
changes.
changes.
Yeah, it's like, for example, you driving your truck right now. When say if I go drive a truck, I'm gonna change the whole interior. I'm gonna have in my sense of my way. You know what I mean? It's still the
Yes,
same
sir.
thing. So it's like even if it's like, how do you say it? Even though it's the same animal, it's just a different beast.
That's
It's
it.
just yeah. So yeah,
That's
that's
it. And
crazy.
say your name again, bro, because I forgot your name.
One more. While you got
Yeah,
to got
my name's
got
Dirty
you
Low,
for a
bro.
couple more
Well,
minutes
Low.
here.
Hey, because Lo, I like you, Lo. You got a good head on your shoulders. You balance, homie. You balance, especially to my guy over there.
Man,
Where do they
I've
want me to
been.
drop these at?
You can't change me, bro. You know that, Roby. You've been trying to do it for years, for
Ain't nobody
25.
trying to change you. Knock it off. Ain't nobody trying to change you. We love you the way
Yeah,
you are, dude.
Yep.
I wish I had that
yeah,
cigar with you though, bro.
yeah. You know where
You
they
know what I'm
at. You
saying?
know where they at.
I know. I
You
know.
you familiar? You familiar with the gentleman that plays for the Raiders? Name's Marcus Peters.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
He's
What's wrong
from
with
the
him?
town. I always give Gravy shit.
What's
He's from
wrong
the
with
town
him?
though. He's from the town.
What ain't wrong with him, bro?
Ain't nothing wrong with that dude. That dude is one of the best ball hawking corners in the league.
Yeah,
But
he's
he from the
showing it
Bay,
this
so
year.
you know he a little mental. He from the Bay. You know he a little mental.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with it?
In the beginning stages of we were trying to get this guy, right?
Yeah.
I said, we don't need Marcus Peters. We don't want Marcus Peters.
Yes, y'all
And
do. Yes, y'all do.
because because but Lowe was there and I was so frustrated on the live that we had. He's from the Bay. He's Marshawn
No,
Lynch's
I was
cousin,
giving him
this and
You
shit.
that.
from
I
the
was
Bay,
giving him
Low?
shit.
And he was
No,
giving me
I'm from
shit, you
Fresno.
know what
I'm
I
from
mean?
Fresno.
So
Okay. Go ahead. I'm
what
listening.
what do you what do you think about the situation that Marcus Peters is with the Raiders right now? Because his play, he's little older, but his
What's wrong with his
play is
play?
not. He
What's wrong with
can't.
his play?
Well, Marcus Peters had traditionally gotten burnt and then reacted differently the rest of the game because of it. He doesn't forget, and then he just bad and bad and bad, dropping pick sixes with us already, missing
Oh my
tackles,
gosh.
getting straight
Did
arm.
you say dropping pick sixes?
Yeah.
Gravy,
Yeah,
you ain't got no hands. What are you talking about?
man, I catch that.
Whatever. I don't even know how it kind of stop knocking somebody's hands. You know what DBs are? First of all, let's understand this about corners. Most corners are receivers who can't
Can't
catch. That's
catch.
why they
Yep.
go over there. Okay? Remember I said earlier, I could have played corner at some of these schools in the nation because I can catch. Okay? Now, Marcus Peters, he can catch. He's a gambler for a reason. Hey, where's the office at, my guy? Office? Check-in office? Is that it right there, sir? Thank you,
You
sir.
gotta talk Spanish
Hey,
to them guys over there. You
no,
gotta work
I
on
ain't
your
got to talk Spanish to
Espanol
every.
over there.
I ain't got to
Get
talk
them,
Spanish to everybody. Everybody know English, man. Knock
you
it
in
off.
Watsonville. Come
I know. Hey, got to be safe out here. You know they got cartel out here.
on. You get jumped out there, bro. Just say I'm the
hey,
black essay. That's what we call it.
hey,
That
hey,
was Roby's name was
hey, hey,
when he
hey.
played for the
I didn't
Ballers.
say
It was the
black
black
essay.
essay.
I turned my. I remember I was saying it's Brian Robles.
Robles, there
he used to hang out with him. We call him Brian Robles.
Oh my God! Hey, cause everybody be like, "Shit, y'all got all these Mexicans and one black dude," and they be like, "Oh, he's not black. He's Mexican just
Dominican.
like us."
But
You
we
know
had
what I mean?
JD. We had JD
And then
too.
we
Remember?
brought JD. Yeah, we brought JD in. So I mean, I hope this is the office right here.
Another
But
Fresno State graduate, badass running
yes
back.
sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
He also was in training squad with the Raiders too. Big dude, big ass
Big dude.
silverback. No, he's big.
He's a
Yeah.
silverback.
Excuse
Yeah.
me, I'm here to deliver some empty bins. Would this be the check-in area? I believe it's for
I'm gonna
apples.
hit him on mute. I'm gonna hit him on mute real quick. But yeah, Low. I wanted to get more with him on Marcus Peters. It looks like he likes him. I guess I don't, but
Nah, because
you
I
know,
mean, you see, having this conversation with Roby, right? You know what I'm saying? You realize that like these guys go through a lot, and you notice, and I've said it before too. These guys go through a lot of fucking training. They get
Oh
banged
yeah,
up and all this stuff. There's all these different things that happen, right? And I get
yeah.
it, but it's like just the way he's on the field, like it just doesn't seem like he has to play off man. He's not the man-to-man Marcus Peters that we used to know. You know
No,
what I'm
no, he's
saying?
not that guy anymore. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's not the guy he used to be. But you guys need a dog out there. You can't tell me that ain't a dog. That's a dog.
no, okay.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
individually he could be a dog, but what the nation was thinking was that he's gonna bring that dog to the locker room and Bennett and all these young corners Hall we have and things like that are gonna absorb all this shit
Yeah.
from Marcus Peters, and it's all bad.
So it's not
You
Yeah.
think it,
happening the way y'all expected, huh? Is that what I'm
well,
hearing?
that's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. I was saying no. I was saying no. We don't need this
Empty
dude.
bins.
I
I'm here
like
to
the young
deliver.
dudes we got. I was saying I like
What
the
y'all want
young
to do?
dudes we got.
We can step.
You know, he's arguing over there with some, but
He's talking shit.
anyway, that's just the way that I feel about Marcus Peters. And then we can discuss this.
Adrian, hey, this is Adrian. We're out here in Watsonville.
What's up, Adrian?
Hey, Adrian,
Is
look,
he a
I want
Raider
you guys to show
fan?
us that. Show you. Look at his tag.
There you
There
go.
we
There
go,
you
all the
go.
way up
There
in
you go.
Watsonville. Tattoo
Raider
of the
Yes,
fans.
sir.
This is
day.
one of the Raider Nation. They're doing a live stream.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, we do live
Yeah.
stream podcast, bro. What's up, brother?
Yeah, and he's a Dodger fan. So you know what I'm saying? We keep it Dodgers around here. We lost, we still keep it repping. Okay, I'm delivering empty bins. Do I need to come right here, sir?
Oh shit, that's funny.
Yeah, that's no dope little tattoo treatment. Shoot.
Yeah, that's just dope.
All the way up in Watsonville.
I'm way down there. See that truck?
But anyway,
They're just like those.
You'll hear a bunch of noise. He started talking to himself. He'll realize there he is.
Yeah.
Mike, what you talking about, man?
What I'm hearing a bunch of you saying where I need to back up at and all this stuff. So I mute
Oh,
you.
my bad. Well, I'm at work. You
What's
know,
all
I'm
right?
a real one.
Hey,
Yeah.
some of us
I
got to
keep
do
it
that.
100, man. I'm gonna holler at my guy. Hey, look, I enjoy this type of stuff because, hey, look, man, the game is so fun. I watch these cats. You know, it's a young man's game, man. You know what I mean? And I enjoy watching. I like Peters, to be honest with you. I liked him when he was in KC, but he got a mouth. You know what I mean? I liked him when he was with the Ravens. But what was that other team he went to before he went to the Ravens? Didn't he go somewhere? Where was he at after KC?
The
Rams.
He was with the Rams. That's what I'm talking about. To me, that dude's a ball hawk. Now, if he keep his mouth shut, and because he takes a lot of chances, bro. But you got to in the league. The league right now, man, is so predicated on the passing game. It's like baseball. And what I mean by that, in the NBA, nobody wants to see a simple layup unless it's Steph Curry these days. They want to see 3 points. Nobody wants to see baseball with bunting and stealing bases. They want to see home runs. In the NFL, nobody wants to watch the running game. Oh, it's boring. All they do is hand it off. They want to see the bomb. They want to see guys get juked and see receivers running down the field, quarterbacks throwing the ball all over the yard. That's what it's about, to get the people to watch the game. Guys like Marcus Peters, they're out there defending these receivers. You got to take chances, homie. You got to take chances because it's a lot of weak ass quarterbacks out there too. I mean, let's
Do
be
you
real.
think? Okay, do you think Garoppolo's one of those weak ass quarterbacks?
No, I don't.
What's your view on Garoppolo, Roby?
My view on the Garoppolo, can't stay healthy. That's Mr. Glass.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. He just get hurt. Garoppolo is solid. Does he have the strongest arm? No, he never had the strongest arm. He knows how to read defenses. He processes the information fast. He knows how to get that ball out of his hands. You get what I'm saying? He's unselfish because he's not tripping it like that. You know what I mean? He knows how to run the offense because he's smart. Okay? And that's it. That's all you got to be, is smart, unselfish, and be comfortable enough to get the ball out of your hands. And that's it.
Well, why you say that? He leads the league, or tied for leading the league in interceptions this year.
2 of them you can kind of take away because they were tip balls. You know what I mean? So,
consider the pick in the stat, bro.
Hold on. Let me answer this message. Hold on.
So, if the way I assess it is that I'm down with Garoppolo. I'm down with Garoppolo. But if you're gonna, the ill-advised pick that he threw against Green Bay was blatant pick. And that's something that we need to get out of. We need to change the possessions. Losing a possession like that, and Roby will tell you that if you lose a possession like that, and you put your defense in a different situation, and when we get them, like we got 3 against Green Bay, when we get those possessions, we got to score. We can't just score field goals. You got to score.
Okay.
You got to score 7 points on that shit.
All of a sudden, we done start talking football strategy and coaching and all this other stuff. Hey, look, man. Some of this stuff, bro, I'm just saying, because right now, I don't even feel comfortable rating what a person did already. They made a bad decision. That's it. I mean, every decision that a coaches make ain't gonna be the right one. Especially if
I'm not saying that. We're not saying the coach. I'm not even talking about McDaniels right now, because he's a whole nother show about what the people say about his play calling, and they want to fire him because of play calling. But some of the times we get on different shows, Roby, I say, well, I like that play call. I don't know if you watched the Sandy. We were at that game. Me and Lo were at that. I told you we went to the Charger game.
Yes, sir. You told me.
A lot of people disagree, is that we had a rookie in there.
What was that?
Picked up from Purdue, and
Aiden O'Connell,
Aiden O'Connell.
And a lot of people was doubting that we should have ran Jacobs, a couple of times. We were at the goal. We were first and goal at the 2-yard line. We should have ran Jacobs in. I believe that, but I understand the play call that McDaniels called with the quarterback, because just the situations that were in, that Jacobs wasn't having a good day. He wasn't, the running game wasn't successful in my view, and then I don't know, in his view, he would take the chance of doing that, but there should have been something different that we argue about. But that's 2 other games ago, so I'm not going to worry about that. But his decision making is a big subject almost on every live that we have, as far as the Raiders. besides the Raider Nation is concerned. They
I hear you.
bring down, they're giving him, oh, he should get fired, this and that, and then I
Yeah.
don't agree with that. I think he's a good coach, and
Okay.
he has the hardware to prove that. So I
What do you
don't
mean? What he
doubt it.
did? Oh, you mean what he did in New England with Tom Brady? Is that what you
Yeah.
mean? The
Yeah,
hardware?
yeah, yeah. And I
I'm.
mentioned that too. He had the best quarterback in the NFL. He had him too, but
Hey, you see
he
what's
did
going
it.
on with
He did it
Belichick?
with a plethora. He did it with a plethora of running backs, and now he has the best running back. And would you consider doing things? It's just people look at it differently. I
Yeah.
think I think they look at it so much Madden than they would what real coaches would think, or what you and I would think if we were put in that situation. If your
Right.
running game's not working, and they're stacking up for the run, why in the hell you gonna run the fucking ball? You might as well just do something off play action and throw it to the corner like the young kid did, and then it got picked.
What do you mean?
So he made a bad decision in my book.
No, I agree with you on that, Gravy. We've talked about it too.
Is
That
that
he's
what's
actually
going on?
he's made the bad decision. The play call was
Mm,
pretty much good, even though we had a little bit of time on the clock and everybody wanted to run. But no matter what, Aiden
Yeah.
got
From
sacked 6 times,
So we weren't
fumbled
supposed
the
to
ball
bring these
three
up here.
times, and got the picks. It wasn't McDaniels.
mhm.
So even though I was talking shit to you, saying that, yeah, nah, fuck that. We got to get rid of McDaniels because of the play calling. Man, he could have audibled out of it, but I don't think he did. So it's like players can fuck up. You know what I mean? Players fuck
Yeah,
up. So
and, and I think the execution of this offense is the one that's what's happening.
yeah.
We're not. I think the execution would be better than
Yeah, but it's gonna
than
be
we
my
would than
problem
what
taking
you
them
said.
back.
Roby's still working.
Oh, shit.
You got
No,
to move
down
out,
south.
Roby. You outside.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm just trying to. I'm just realizing that there's some of these bins on my trailer I'm gonna have to bring home, and it's gonna make my job a lot tougher because I can't strap them all down. But no, I'll strap them. But okay, but you guys are gonna take the SMCs. Okay.
But tell you
Okay.
what,
Do
well,
you
I'm in
need
a
that
holler
then?
squad. I've been to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, I gotta say what's up to JT. He's on my show.
Lucky
So
you.
what's up, bro? How you
All right,
doing?
brother.
Cash Lord, my Fresno
Oh no,
partner,
I bet you ain't got no colada,
Cubby,
no really a colada in there.
Raider Ben. What's going on, bro? I'm glad you're on here. Uh, I
Got to
missed
do a
you
little bit of
over
work
here.
around here.
I got that
Yeah.
message you sent me, low, but I didn't. I don't
Yeah, I
know how to
mean,
do
we'll have
that.
to we'll figure it out later. I have no control over
Yeah,
the
the
channel to where
truth,
I can do all that
the
stuff. So,
truth. What's up, man? Have it
shout out, truth.
never seen you before, but thanks for being on here, man. I greatly appreciate it. Again,
Hey,
Cash
that's what's
Lord,
up, man.
and then my boy Raider Ben again, and
Mhm.
JT,
Going at it.
the
Guerrero's in the
controversy,
building. Dark's
the
in the
Raider,
building.
the controversy. Uh,
Cash. Cubby's
Raider
in the building.
controversy. Now that's
uh,
what's
th-
up.
that that gentleman that answered that question about the locker room, he's a controversy type guy with the Raider Nation.
Oh,
So
okay.
if
Yeah, bro.
if,
We're
if
Yeah,
you
gonna have
man.
stick
to
if you
one of
stick
these days,
if you
bro. We're gonna
stick
have to
with
get
me,
through
if
this
you
shit.
stick with me, you'll probably know who JT is, because
Okay,
I,
no doubt.
I don't I really don't block anybody from my show. They can say what they want, but
There's only
Yeah,
one
I
person
just
blocking
try
my
to.
show.
I just
you let men be
the
men.
the thing the
You're
thing the
supposed to.
thing the thing
Go
that
ahead.
I knew the thing that I do most is try to, if there is any negativity that's in certain areas, just try to think what can we do to make it better. That's my main
Absolutely.
thing. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and that's what coaches do.
Yeah.
Basically the next 5 minutes after the game, that's what we do right after. What do
Yes,
we do
sir.
wrong, and how do we fix it?
Yep. And how do we fix it? That's it. That's what
Yeah,
you're supposed to do
yeah,
when you're leading something, brother. I
Hmm.
like, hey,
yeah.
like I said, you guys are doing, man. You guys are obviously doing some good things. You got some good people following. People trust and believe what you guys are doing. You guys are bringing on good quality guests, obviously, and you know, what I mean, people are getting something out of it. So, I mean, I'm a man that recognizes things right in the moment. Most of the time, I hope so. I see what you guys got going on, Grave. You've been talking to me a while about, you know, your shows that you've been doing. And honestly, when you called me this morning, I was like, this motherfucker better not ask me about a goddamn trade. I don't want Kelsey, god dog it.
You talk about a fantasy trade. I was calling about the 12 o'clock midnight. You want
But then,
Kelsey? You want
you know
Kelsey?
what I mean? You was texting me all late last night. I was like, I don't want Kelsey. I ain't got time to hear this. But when you start talking about the show and what we were talking about with Jacobs and everything, I was like, man, okay, I know my guy's coming from the show aspect, which I understand that we talked about many times. Like, hey, if you got the time, I want to get you on. And I was like, yeah, that's that. When I got the time, I'll do it. You know what I mean? So I'm glad we had the time to do it. Oh, really?
Yeah, I've also I told Lo that you were an inspiration for me as far as coaching wise and the knowledge of the game and overall just dude, bro. You're a very humble person. You're giving. You have a wonderful family, and
Thank you,
in
Gray.
those ways, your wife knows my condition
Yeah,
and basically saved me
yeah,
from a lot of pain in my life, bro. And
right.
when you found out about it, the first thing Roby said to me was, "Why did you call me, you dickhead?" And his wife had to say, "I was in bad shape, bro. I was
Yeah,
in bad shape." And his lovely wife, I never forget her. He has a wonderful family. He's a wonderful dude, as you guys all can see. And
appreciate you.
to uh, I'm gonna ask him to come on much more often.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rob, I
no
was
He's
doubt.
gonna
he's
say
a
that
busy
too.
man. He's a busy man. He coaches right after he gets off work. That's why he's working so fast. But for him to spend some of his
I
time
gotta
with
get
us,
back. I gotta get back. We got a tough one this week. We got to play against Hoover. Your daughter's old school
oh
there.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
my daughter's old school, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
I
we got that game coming up. Um, man, we'll see, man. We got, like I said, man, we'll see what team shows up for us. These young people. We got through eligibility. We only have one ineligible. You know what I mean? Our head coach, Josh Colster, is doing a good job, man. He used to be the head coach of Lee Mo. Ain't that how you got to say it there, Gray? Lee Mo.
Lee
Uh,
Moore, yeah.
yeah, man. I like what he's doing, man. You know what I mean? Me and Josh, we've known each other since Fresno State. And, I like what he's doing. I like what his sons are out there doing, trying to
Mm,
help these young people, trying to inspire them to come play the game, do it the right way, but also be academically sound.
yeah.
We got a good group. We got some good coaches around. So it's been enjoyable, man. I mean, I haven't coached for like 2 years. I got back into it because of the AD and Josh himself. So,
Mm.
by the grace of God, I got a good owner, employer that allows me to do the things I get to do, pays me the money that I'm worth, and getting a chance to coach again has been good. Can't complain.
And for you Fresno people, Roosevelt Rough Riders, one of the oldest, most
Oh yeah,
traditional schools in Fresno, California.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
not real known for their football, but
I
they got
know, right?
they got Fresno State reunion there. It started with the first head coach they had. I guess he tried to get Roby on. He was um, where's he
Who?
at
You talking
now?
about Vince? Or you talking about
Huh?
Adnoff? Who you talking about,
No,
Vince or Adnoff?
no, the one that was coaching the beginning of this year and left.
Oh, Dwayne Wright.
Dwayne Wright. He was a Fresno State graduate. Uh,
Yes, sir.
actually,
Yes, sir.
was the lightning, or was he the lightning or the thunder when with Marcel with Lynch in Buffalo
I don't. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? I know him. They drafted him and Marshawn Lynch, right?
the same year. The
The
same
same
year
year,
they both
right?
went to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They both were in Buffalo, man. I don't know.
I
You
think
know,
he
do,
was the Thunder 'cause I think he's a little bigger than Marshawn.
I think he is a little bigger, man. He could run the pill though. Good
Yeah,
dude. Good dude. Good family dude. Good man of God. Um,
met him with the program that I was in a coach. I would have been the head coach of the feeder school over there. So, but
right. Right. Right.
Situations at
Tahibity.
work. Nah,
Which one
it
was you
was
at, Gray?
Sequoia.
So yeah, Sequoia. Hey, they got some talent over there.
That's
I'm
right.
over
That's
here
all they
helping
needed
some of
was.
these.
That's
Yeah,
all they
go ahead.
needed
I'm
was
my bad.
me, bro. That's all they needed was me over there.
Gravy almost got me out there to start coaching. He got me
Yeah,
really,
For
really
real.
close to go out there. Yeah, he was, and I mean, I played like 1 year in high school, bro. But like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I love the sport, bro. Like, I'm not like if you get me out there to go throw a ball, man, I can chuck the ball. But like, I'm not like
You can
no
throw
he
it.
fucking
goes
star
like
athlete by no means. But he wanted me to
Roby,
go out there.
he goes like this. He goes, first year coaching, right? Gotta show him the ropes. Just
Yeah.
go ahead and stand behind me, look like you used to do to me, right? So he goes, hike the ball to me and shit. All right, how much am I gonna get paid? I go, dude, you better get used to not getting paid for at least
That
about
part.
7 years.
That part. Hey,
That's
I'm
how
glad
you
you brought the
learn.
money up, man. I'm glad you brought that money up for high school coaching or just coaching period. I mean, man, I had a lot of humble beginnings in this coaching game, man. Because there's not any money in it, man. So you gotta really, to be a coach, you gotta do it for the love of the game and the kids. And that's
Yeah.
just being real about it, man. I mean, it is the most humbling thing to do is to give a lot of your time to these young people and then not get paid for your services. And
Mhm.
a lot of coaches get burnt out about that because they spend a lot of time away from their families. So when you see coaches who been coaching for 20, 30, 40 years on a high school level, hey, that coach is all about kids. It's all
Mhm.
about developing young men, young boys into men and mentoring and being that. And we see it as we gotten older. I know it's crazy as we gotten older. We see people fall off, and you start to really look at their life, man. And you're like, dang, like how long that guy was coaching? 30 years. 30 years he spent time trying to help young people, reach their potential, try to be the best player they can be, and then you find out like he was just a health teacher.
Mhm.
He was a PE teacher.
Mm.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Teachers don't get a pay. They don't get paid a lot of money.
No, they don't.
You know what I mean? To educate our young people out there, man. So when you recognize that some of these coaches who've been in the high school ranks, hey, yo, coach O Simons, Clovis
My
North,
boy
he just got his
coach
retirement party like a month ago. Yeah,
Oh, finally. He's
yeah,
got to be at
he's
60 something years coaching football, bro. At least.
yeah,
He coached my
exactly,
dad, you know. He coached my
exactly.
dad at Clovis
Jesus.
High. And then
Hey,
I went
that's a
there.
long time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
There
The
was a
guy
you get
coach
what
was
I'm
at
got
saying? The
Washington Union.
dedication of that,
There was a coach
huh?
at Washington Union. His name was Zink. I think he was wearing the same shorts, and he was a wrestling coach. He
Yes,
wore the
sir.
same shorts when he was coaching my uncles and my cousins. And then I think he still, when I got there, they wanted me to wrestle, but at that point, I was like, "Yeah, I'm not wrestling, bro. I'm just gonna play baseball. I'm cool."
Right. Oh, okay. Well,
But he
there
was
we
still
go.
wearing the
can't
same
see you
fucking shorts
wrestling,
from
bro.
then.
That's what I'm talking about.
That means some funny shit. You know what, Robert pumping me up, bro. I feel like going to Coward where you're at, Dirty Low, would stick you, man. Oklahoma, what's up?
No,
You
I'm
think
cool,
there's
bro. I'm
football
good.
around there?
Yeah, you can do all that. My
I don't
back
want to
hurts.
hear that shit. Let's go.
Hey,
I'm gonna
I'm
try. I'm
y'all
off.
gonna have
making
y'all
my
I'm
up
off
back
that
hurt
there.
right now. Y'all making my back hurt right now thinking about it.
shit.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Hey, I need your
But
ass
Roby
back
just
out here
take
now,
off
Gravy,
running.
so I can
Roby,
relax.
Roby would just take off running, man. He's fast enough, probably still to do that.
Hey,
I never
I
could
done
catch
finally
this
slowed
dude, man.
down.
I wanted to stick Roby so much, dude, in practice, man. I
Oh
never could
man.
catch his ass.
Hey,
Slow
you were
down a little
drinking
Uh,
bit.
that too. So hey, you were drinking that too. So I knew you were up there trying to be like, I can get him, I can get him.
he was.
Now, I was
He
already,
was.
by the time practice started, I was already drunk, bro. All of us was. We was already drunk already.
Drunk on
we
the other
we just
way.
we called it practice. We called it practice, but it was just to meet up and just bring like 30 pack of beer and just start
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
busy.
yeah,
Yeah, those were some days right there, bro. Those were some
Yes,
days.
it was.
yeah.
Yes, it was. Well, Roby, man, I want to thank you very much, man, for being on this show, bro. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate it. I got much love for you, dude. I love you, my dog.
Yes,
You
sir,
know
bro.
it,
You're
Good to
always
baby.
see
gonna
you,
be.
brother.
Nice
We're
to
gonna
meet you,
do
Mhm.
this
Lo.
again. We're gonna
For
do this
sure.
again, bro. So I'll get you out back to work, man. Thank you for coming on, my bro. I'll call
No
you. I'll call
problem,
you
my
tonight
guy.
about that trade. I haven't forgot
For
about that
sure.
trade though.
Yeah, I know you ain't. All
All
right,
right,
man.
brother.
Y'all take care.
All right,
Appreciate you.
brother.
One love.
You take care, bro.
Later.
You
Peace.
take care.
All right.
Shit,
All
that was
right,
good, bro.
Lo.
That was good. Fly on the fly,
I
kind
think
of
I
did.
think Roby's a good dude. A lot more wanted to get in with him, but he pretty much put it in a nutshell what he told me, and
Yeah,
then that was great. That
we
was
got to get
great.
him on the show, like really, really, when you get a chance. Even if we have to do a pre-record, just so we can chop it up and just chop. You know what I mean? Figure it out. You know what I mean? Because I didn't realize. I know you told me that he played for everybody and stuff like that. So that's pretty dope, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I really didn't know all that about him, and that's
Oh
cool, man.
man, I
Give me a little
wanted to
insight.
piss him
So you
off.
you you've been the same douchebag ever since, but that's crazy. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah, man. As far as football wise, dude, I was a running back, bro. So it
yeah,
was I didn't take no shit, dude. And
yeah. So for me,
When
man,
when
like, I
when
mean,
when when we went to that aspect of my life where we started playing flag football,
yeah.
it was different the way it is now.
Oh
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And it wasn't just it was organized and it was secretive and things like that. But we won the national championship the first year we went to Las Vegas and with Roby, we went there several times, but we won the national championship as a whole team on in the year 2000. We started off the 2000s winning that national championship, and we beat a team from Fresno. They were called Ruthless,
hmm
and a lot of those players that he's talking about that went to Fresno State were playing on that team. The Harrises, the there was a bunch more. I think Richard Donati was their quarterback. We had a quarterback. He was a Mexican dude from Pinedale.
mm.
That he was badass at Clovis West. We were Latinos. All of us weren't Mexican.
Fucking around, yeah,
We had green, white, and red flags, and Roby was out there wearing that shit. But
yeah,
Mondo, my boy Mondo from Parlier, the best swimmer in Parlier, he got practice swimming in the canals they have and shit over there. He brought Roby over. He liked the way we were chilling because we were watching the games at my house. They come go to Gravy's house. We're watching games out of pony keg of beer over there,
yeah.
bunch of shit everywhere. So we were he dug it and he kept coming around and around and around and hey man, you play for me? You Brian Robertson from Fresno State, yeah? You gonna play football with us. We kept pumped his ass to play football with us. And then he was badass, dude.
Yeah.
If you look at it, he doesn't have a lot of I think the Fresno State team is probably old and stuff that when they used to have their jerseys all hanging out with long socks on and shit like that. But it was in the '90s, but
Yeah.
he was badass, bro. He was badass.
So that's
Real
dope.
good dude to have me on, bro. But again, Brian Rodriguez, thanks for coming on the show. Everybody that was on here, I'm glad you were here with me and my boy Low, the ringmaster of this Raiderism channel that we have trying to start up. And I think he has it pretty much all figured out, but it's coming. You guys watch out. There's gonna be some popping new stuff coming out with me, Low, and Gabe,
Yep.
and we got some other names in the mix. But we're gonna pop it off in a little while and see what's going on. So, Low, my
Yes, sir.
friend,
Thank you, man.
I hope
Appreciate you.
you, I hope you're feeling better. And
I'm getting there, man. I got a little lunch in me, bro. I think Pimentos is calling my name, bro. I think a sandwich from
I gotta
Pimentos.
go to work, bro. I gotta go to
Hey, fuck
work,
them
bro.
kids, bro. No, I was playing.
Yeah.
Nah, we'll be live tonight,
And,
man. We'll be live, everybody,
yeah,
tonight.
live tonight at what 8?
8 o'clock. Yeah,
It
8 o'clock.
is big game tonight. Remember, the one thing that Roby always tells me, he probably said when he left was, always watch football, and you'll get the aspect of it. And keep your mind open when you watch it, and you'll understand it. I'm not the only one that thinks like this. You guys met another person, so we're at the same level with it. He likes to run the ball. I like to run the ball. The one thing I regret not saying, asking him was, what is your thoughts on this 20 points per game shit? And
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna pull that shit
I
up too,
almost
but
guarantee that he would have said the same thing I did.
yeah,
I can
fuck.
almost guarantee because he likes to run the ball. He's a receiver, and he's a head coach that likes to pound the ball.
That's because
So
that's
there's
what
nothing.
That's what the game started from, bro. People turn around and it's like, yeah, it's the high. Uh, Even if you watch the movie any given Sunday, bro. If you watch the
Mhm.
movie any given Sunday, it kind of shows like even the whole with Willie Beeman, the whole nine and stuff like that. They want to see touchdowns. They want to see that yes, the game is evolved, and that's part of the game, bro. But football originated as a fucking running thing. You got the ball, you ran it, you scrummed, you did this, you did that. Just players got better, people got bigger, playbooks got bigger, things started changing. It's fucking what it is now, bro. But initially, anything that when it comes to football, it's running. And we got a damn we're building whatever we're building now. People just need to fucking calm the fuck down, bro. Like for real. You know what I mean? And then just let the fucking let the bricks lay where they're gonna lay, bro. And that's all I'm saying with it. But I agree. I
Uh,
completely agree.
Dark man, thank you very much for
Yeah,
moderating
Pyro,
the
what's up, bro?
show, bro.
Dark was in there.
You
Ben,
did a real good job, man. We could put Lowe's up there to holler at us, and then thank you everybody from the Holler Squad. Pyro, what's up, man?
yes, sir.
Raider Ben again. Cool Kev, what's up, man? Sorry, I wish you'd go back and listen to this if you guys want to hear some sweet ass game from my boy Roby. A little sketchy and in and outs because he was driving, but
Mhm.
and then but I'll make sure we talk to each other and he told me the days where he could make time for me to just sit at his pad and just conversate and really talk about ball. But he did give you knowledge about contracts,
Yep.
gave you knowledge about what players think, and had me turn a whole different direction. Didn't change my view because I think that Jacobs is somewhat running slower or doing something's wrong with him to where he lacked from not being there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we all
Ro-
agreed on that.
Roby
Like,
agrees with me that he should have been. You need to be there. You need to get your body calloused up, and the doing that is through training camp
yeah,
and preseason games. So you can't sway me from that. Not Roby can't. So
not at
I'm
all.
stuck with that. But maybe he said, "Hey," he said November, December is when we need him. So, but that's not an excuse for him not to ball out. It's just, I think that Jacobs can keep doing what he's doing, this 60, 70, 60, 50, 50, and still get 1,000 yard season.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you
He's
add
going
up the numbers,
He's going
if
to
you
as
add up
long
the
as he stays
numbers.
healthy, and he does. And even when he's injured, he battles and he goes through it, and he
Yeah.
gets the job done, bro. So we'll talk a little bit more about it tonight, brother. So
Yes,
you
we
guys be
will.
safe.
And
And
then
what I was gonna say
well,
was, Gravy is almost at 100 subscribers, bro.
oh,
So if you guys haven't subscribed to him, go over to Raiders Outsiders, bro. At Raider Outsiders, go subscribe to him. He's close. He's like 8 away, bro. Get over
let
there.
my
Go.
wait, let my
Yeah, you
wait,
know what I
man.
mean. Hey, just do it, man. We need to get Gravy going, bro. Like
Just
he's
show me that I'm doing a good job or something.
well, you're not doing a good job, bro. But you know what I'm
Well,
saying.
is that there's an incentive, bro. If you're running this stuff, is there an incentive that I get for getting to 100? Do I get something from you? Or?
You get a pat on the back, bro, and just like
That's
good
it.
job.
That's good enough, bro. Give me to 100, man. As I get that pat on the back because I don't know what that feels like.
Yes, sir. But shit, we'll be
Yeah.
alive tonight too. So yeah,
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock,
Eight
West Coast.
o'clock. Raider
Is
Nation
it
Live,
Pacific
right?
or specific? Is it specific or Pacific?
Specific.
Pacific Standard
Yeah.
Time.
Well, 9, 8. It's 8 where
It's
we
8 o'clock.
from. The sun's down. The game's
Guns
almost
down,
over.
guns. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Fucking
If
tubby.
you're
Fuck.
not ready to go to, if you're not on the East Coast, well, just for cool Kev, because we're nice, it's gonna be dark outside and be about midnight. If he wants to stay up that late, play with his toes a little bit, he can. But just don't be dry.
He's so stupid.
But thank you everybody from the Holler Squad that showed up, man. Thank you, Lo, for being on my show,
Of
for
course, brother.
supporting
Thank
me,
you. Of
man. I appreciate it. And
course.
then we gonna be out of here, bro. See you at 8 o'clock on Lowe's. Raider
Yep.
Nation Live coming at you direct some new shit.
Peace out, guys.